Welcome to Season 3, Episode 15 of the Tree of Geek, your ultimate destinations for all things movies, TVs, comics, and pop culture.
Ultimate?
I don't know, I was trying something new.
Disclaimer.
I'm your host.
It's the ultimate place to go.
I'm your host, Josh, joined by Michael.
That's me.
Say hello.
Say hello.
And tonight we are excited to take a look at the filmography of one of cinema's most influential creators ever. Do you know who that is?
Brian De Palma.
Close.
George Lucas.
No, this man made us afraid to go in the water. He taught us that aliens can be friendly. And he showed us the power of a perfectly placed John Williams score.
George Lucas.
Close enough. We're looking at Steven Spielberg tonight.
Do you want to go in the water with Jar Jar Binks?
That is a good
I'm
point.
just saying. Yeah.
That is a very good point.
But no. Yes, we're here for somebody else.
We are looking at Steven Spielberg, the director, not the producer, the writer, anything else. We're looking at his directed works.
Yeah, sorry, Goonies.
Yeah, I know.
No,
it was on my
nope.
list, and I'm like, nope.
No.
Basically, the man who molded so many of our childhoods. In a good way.
It's hard to differentiate because there's so many movies that you think are his. They're like, no, that's Zemeckis.
Yeah.
Or that's whoever,
Yeah, like Back to the Future, stuff like that.
Yep.
So he is amazing, but we will get into it. So before we do, we'd like to start with a little segment called New and Geek. So
30 seconds or less.
Michael, start us off. Yeah, okay.
30 minutes or less.
Start us off. What do you have new in your world of geek?
Bittersweet news to start off. I don't know if it's been resolved by the time you guys see this, but the Wheel of Time season 3 came out, and then we did an episode on it, and then the very following couple days, we found out that it had been canceled.
Yeah.
There's currently a petition. I just redid something today on our socials, reposted a video, which I finally learned how to do today because I'm that old, about so the costume designers and stuff had videos saying, hey, man, like, let me keep my job.
Yeah.
So there's talks that maybe Apple or Netflix or somebody else can pick it up. Sony owns it. They contracted Amazon to make it. Amazon said, we're not making it anymore. We're going to do 52 more Lord of the Rings and a bunch of other shows. So hopefully something good happens. It really sucks. If you want to know why we love the franchise so much, go back and listen to our Wheel of Time episode. I don't know if did I mention Murderbot last episode?
Briefly, yeah. You started it, and I really needed to watch it.
Well, I hate it because they're only half-hour episodes, and I need more. I don't know. We just watched like episode 4 or 5, and man, what a great show. I didn't know it was based on a book, but yeah, go watch Murderbot. I was going to start watching Doctor Who on my own, but Emily has politely told me that we need to watch them together. So we're watching Doctor Who Season 2 on Disney, which by the time you guys hear this is probably wrapped up completely. It's a great thing. I think more people should watch it. I'm having a real fun time with it. There's a lot of nods to earlier episodes and past seasons. It's pretty good. I picked up a comic book called Weapon X-Men the other week. I've been reading the rest of them. Got up to like issue 4 that I think are out currently as of today. You got Deadpool, Cable, and Wolverine, Chamber, and Thunderbird, Warbird.
So is it trying to follow more of a Weapon X story or an X-Men story?
Neither.
It's definitely like a very unique.
It's its own little team.
Okay,
thing.
nice.
Yeah. I got some new old comics. I went to the antique store local. I got a Wildcats #1.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I don't give a shit if they're worth anything or not. I don't care. I got me a Wildcats #1. I got me a Sabretooth #1. And I picked up issue #7 of Secret Wars #2.
Hey,
because I don't have any of these, so I was like, "Hey, it looks like they all looked like they're in decent condition." So I figured, why not spend a couple bucks? Definitely wasn't super expensive.
No, they look like they're in really clean shape.
So I was like, "Hey, I mean, it's hard. You know where I go to get it, at the antique place.
Yeah.
Some of them are just in boxes, and some people are not very polite about them. They just kind of throw them back in there." Man, that bugs me because there's some that looked cool, but they've probably been ruined because people don't care.
And what gets me too is like some of those tables, they start to bow, and so the boxes start to lean, which means the comics are getting twisted, and you pull them out, and they're like curved at the bottom, and
some of
I know you can flatten them, but the damage is already done to the spine.
Yeah. AEW, some wrestling news. I watched Double or Nothing the other weekend, and I think AEW is back on the rise. I'm starting to get back into wrestling. I'm watching a few episodes here and there. And finally, this Google VO3 deal. They just dropped this stuff in our time. These AI videos, the Sasquatch and all these fake influencers. They got one with like Moses in the tunnel of water, and it's insanity.
Those, yeah.
I guess it's like $250 a month to be on like the ultra subscription to be able to do all this.
I mean, I pay that.
AI is going crazy
for GPT. Like,
it's nuts. It's nuts. AI, like, it looks so real. Like, it's, I know every generation you see a new movie or TV show and there's some new, I mean, we'll talk about Jurassic Park at some point. Like, oh my God, it looks so real. You saw like GTA 2 and you're like, well, oh my God, it's like you're actually there. And then each time I'm like, well, okay, maybe Vice City didn't look that good back then. And, you know, Liberty. But now I'm telling you, maybe 50 years ago, that AI looked like shit. But for right now, it looks the most realistic I've seen any artificial intelligence stuff. And I guess there's some AI. They're doing a crap ton of testing on a bunch of AIs, some open source stuff. And like the AI doesn't want to shut down. And it's in a controlled environment, but it's like writing. They introduced like some blackmail thing. They said, hey, such and such, you know, in the chain of command might be cheating on their wife. And they purposely put emails in there. So then the AI read those emails and tried to blackmail them to say, do not shut me down or I will release these emails to your wife and to your boss.
Like a closed environment?
Yeah, like it's not out in the open world, but they're testing it to see, will AI try to survive? And yes, there's like 2 or 3 of these specific ones. I can't remember the name. You guys can Google it.
We're getting too deep.
John Connor is watching. Oh, yes. Kyle Reese, where are you?
So...
But that's for me. That's my trade geek.
Okay, well, I will segue with that.
Okay.
We just had a meeting.
Geek, rather.
We had a meeting at work. It was basically, they called it like an AI workshop, showing how we're using AI in the company and how ideas people have had on how to, you know, I don't know, increase productivity, you know, whatever. In other words, it's an excuse for some of the higher ups to just play with AI. But they were saying that they were reading, there was an example where this one AI, it hit a CAPTCHA. And instead of like, oh, darn, I can't do anything about it, like it went to, I forget what it's called, but it's like one of those Fiverr sites where you hire somebody to do a job. Posted, I am, vision impaired and I need someone to answer these CAPTCHAs for me. It did all the work for them. And the AI got through this one system. Like it was a big test to see how it would work. And sure enough, it was terrifying how smart it was. Like, it knew where to go. It knew how to lie.
The fact that it has the ability to lie and blackmail and find loopholes and workarounds.
Say it with me.
Right.
We're in too deep.
What song is that? We're in too deep. Oh, is that Sum 41? It's a Sum 41 song, I think.
Yeah.
We're in too deep. Yeah. What's new in your world of geek other than the Terminator?
The rise of the robots. So... The big one for me, I'm super excited. I just texted you today. So when we're recording this morning, the Alien Earth official trailer finally dropped. Not a stupid teaser, not a whatever that gives us too many spoilers.
The only thing I've seen is a picture.
Trailer.
I've only seen a picture of Timothy Olyphant, and that's because I was screening through and he goes, boom, here he is. I was like, all right.
Yeah, so they finally released the full-length trailer. I watched it through twice. I'm not going to watch any of the other ones at release, and all I'm going to say, and I even wrote down so I wouldn't veer off and say too much, is it looks gorgeous, like the CGI and stuff. I don't know if they're using practical effects at all, but what I saw looks really cool.
There better be somebody on a skateboard. That's all I know.
Why?
Well, in the very first one, remember, he was on a skateboard so that they can move him.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay.
Gorilla style.
Okay, yeah.
That's for you, John.
That's for you, John. They revealed a little bit of the plot, like kind of like how the Jurassic World trailer, like they gave you like this massive exposition of here's why we're doing what we're doing. Not like that, but it did give a little more information, so I have a better idea of what's happening. But there's still so many mysteries. I still don't know 99% of it, and I even told you this morning, it annoys me as I still don't know the timeline placement of where it's supposed to be happening. That irks me. Like,
I had messaged you. I said no spoilers tonight. Like, don't say anything.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
And I'll be honest with you.
Well, thank you for not being dishonest with me or our fan base.
I don't remember seeing Timothy Olyphant.
Well, maybe he's not in the trailer, but I saw an image of him with white hair.
It was like quick enough that I was saying maybe that's why. Maybe I didn't recognize him. I don't know. Marvel has officially confirmed, supposedly, again, we said this before, we're not here to spread rumors, but from a good source that I get some of my stuff from, it says that Marvel has confirmed that the movie Secret Wars will be the official launch of the X-Men reboot.
He gets his source from the internet.
So.
Is it an AI bot? Do you have AI spying for you?
No.
If you were AI, would you tell me the truth?
It was one of the many somethinggeeks.com.
Are you CGI?
If I was CGI, would I be fat?
You gotta be looking realistic, man.
Stranger Things Season 5. They finally announced the release dates.
Which part? 1, 2, or 3?
Yeah, exactly. I knew they were doing 2 parts, but 3, like, come on.
I forgot to say I started that Electric State last night. I fell asleep, but...
Again?
Well, no, I'd never started it before.
Oh, that's right. You just said it had bad reviews.
Yeah, it had horrible reviews.
Okay.
I didn't mind what I saw of it. It was weird, but I just was like, I'm going to bed. It was a long day. Grandma was in the hospital. It was a long day.
Oh, okay. So, for some reason, I keep thinking John Krasinski's in it.
Maybe. I mean, he does a voice. I have no idea.
Okay, I don't know. Yeah, Stranger Things Season 5. So part 1 is releasing on November 26th. So right at Thanksgiving. We get 4 episodes.
I think I'm off that day.
Then we get 3 more episodes on Christmas Day.
I'm off that day.
And then the finale episode. Final episode.
Before we know there's a spinoff.
Drops on New Year's Eve.
I'm off that day too.
I
will be busy doing other things than watching Stranger Things those nights.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to watch it pretty directly, but I'm not going to be sitting around waiting.
Like, hey, guys, just hold on to my turkey leg over there. I got to watch Millie Bobby Brown here and fight some aliens.
Part of me really wants to just wait until the new year and just binge all 8 episodes.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I know for a fact there's no way we will make it a little over a month.
You're not going to make it 48 hours without finding exactly what's going on online.
I would have to get off Reddit completely, never go near Instagram, TikTok.
Well, when I open my Reddit, it's all hair metal stuff and Star Trek stuff. Like, that's what pops up.
The first one, it always pops up at the top, the newest thing in the subreddit you visit the most. And I know you're going to hate me for it, but mine is always our film theories.
I don't hate you for it. I don't. Hate's a strong word.
You love film theories, so it's okay. And the last thing I have, and none of this is about me.
I don't mind theories. It's just when people use theories as news. That's like,
No, I like to speculate. I love a good theory. But no, I don't want to spread it as news. We talked about this before.
Some people do the clickbait, and then you click on it, and it's like, it's just a theory. Like, there's no concrete evidence.
My favorite
that's
is
what's happening.
Clickbait, and you click it, and what you saw in the image is nowhere in the video. Screw those people.
Yeah, I've learned to ignore them. What else you got? I'm cutting in here.
No, I was just saying that I don't really have anything that pertains to me directly. I mean, I picked up a Jean Grey comic I've been reading. Oh, it's a little omnibus.
New or old? Oh, omnibus, so old.
Well, not really new, not old. It's not really an omnibus, I guess.
Like a graphic novel? Does it collect issues? Is it like a whole run or what? It's a
trade paperback. It's a little bit of a thicker one. It's bunch of different issues, but it's definitely one of the newer runs, but like within the past 10 years probably.
Okay.
It's decent. I'll let you borrow it if you want to read it then.
Well, you can just tell me what issues they are.
That's true.
I can read them.
But the last one I have is Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Did you see he was recording that?
Yeah, I've seen images.
Yeah, we've never seen The Odyssey before, so...
It's got Barenthal in it, so I guess I'll check it out.
It does. But it is going to fall into that category of firsts. Prey was the first one they ever did in a whole different language. We'll touch on another first a little bit later with the Fabelmans, but it is...
Dual language, it wasn't...
Oh, yes, that's right, dual language. But it is going to be the very first film shot 100% in IMAX. So don't go see it in a regular theater. Probably won't look that great.
I have a trivia question for you.
Ooh,
at the end of this, I want you to be able to answer for me. When we talk about all these Spielberg movies, I want you to tell me which movie was Frank Grillo in.
Okay, well, I can tell you now I don't know, so I really hope it's in your notes.
Oh, I know, because I watched the screen when I saw that he was in the cast. I said, where is he?
It's not in my 6 pages of notes.
Yeah. No.
And just a quick disclaimer, there will 100% be spoilers. We are looking at Spielberg as
from 1974 to 2025.
Yes, we're going to be looking at him from the beginning until now. We're not holding back. Most of these are movies that I think pretty much anybody has seen. If you're going to see them by now, you've seen them.
Right.
So
I think the last movie that came out was 2022, maybe?
The Fabelmans.
Yeah, was that 2022?
Yeah, it was 22. Yeah.
So you've had a minute.
But you'll understand later, but by the time we're done talking about Spielberg, you'll have seen The Fabelmans. So.
Yeah.
All right.
So there you go.
If you want to dive into this, I'm excited. I learned so much about this dude doing the research for this that I had no idea.
I will say before we start, we will give you just a quick snippet of who Steven Spielberg is. We're in no way here doing a documentary on Steven Spielberg. If you want a good documentary that goes all the way up to the filming of Bridge of Spies back in like 2015 or so, I can flip to it later on my notes. There's a HBO documentary that we watched. Was it called Spielberg? Is that the actual name of it?
It's called Spielberg.
Yeah, it is fantastic. Talks about his childhood, talks about making some of his movies, where he comes from, why he does the things he does, the way he does them.
Heads up, it is 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
But I kid you not, that was probably the fastest 2.5 hours like for a movie like that.
I love documentaries like that. So
it was so well paced. Like there was never a dull moment. Everything was, of course, at the 2 hour mark, I thought it was wrapping up, and then they segued and continued. So I wonder if regionally it was going to be shorter, or if it was like a shorter version for TV, maybe.
I mean, it's on HBO.
Yeah, I don't know.
So.
All right.
Okay.
So that also being said, one more disclaimer. This is only our second time doing official video.
We're working on it.
So I'm going to look right at you. Bear with us.
Who are you looking at? Are you looking at him or me? Me? You? Who's on first?
What?
Or is it who's on second? The joke?
Oh, I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah, I don't like baseball. I just lost 2 viewers. Darn it.
So, all right.
Go Tigers.
I'm going to just jump right into this.
They're doing great this year.
The thing that got me the most about this is the first thing I want to go ahead and say is that this man, his films have grossed over $10 billion worldwide. He is the highest grossing director in history.
By like what, $2 million or $2 billion?
Yeah,
I think.
Which doesn't sound like, it's only 2. That's a big gap.
Yeah, if you think about what Avatar has made and what Star Wars has made, he's beat that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that tells you something right there. He's the biggest commercial director that there is.
It's just incredible. So, all right, we'll go ahead and get started. Do you want to give us a quick rundown? Who is Steven Spielberg if somebody out there somehow doesn't really know?
So I'm curious, do you want me to go through what I wrote down?
Every word.
Every word? Because, I mean, I can read fast.
I looked at your notes. There's a lot there.
Yeah, well, I feel like your notes were just as...
Yeah, I just space them out more so I can, check them off.
Check them off? Well, I mean, you're in a paragraph form, are you not?
Some stuff.
Okay, well, anyway, let's talk about Steven Spielberg. Am I going to read off of a paper? Yes, I'm going to read off of paper because I'm not a professional memorizer, if that's a thing. I'm not Memorex. Steven Spielberg is a highly influential and commercial successful film director known for his diverse body of work spanning the decades. He was born in Cincinnati in 1946. His early life was marked by a bunch of moves. He lived in Phoenix. He went to California. His childhood had his mom and father got together after one date. His dad was in the war, did a bunch of technical stuff there, comes back, works on engineering for IBM or something like that. Was it IBM? Can't remember the specific thing that was in the documentary.
I don't remember.
He created some computer stuff.
Yeah,
and was super smart.
He was a highly sought after person.
Yeah, that's why they moved around all the time. Eventually, his mom and dad kind of fell out of love and they got divorced. This messed up Steven for a long time, and you can definitely see in a lot of his later works, or his earlier works, all of his works rather, that there is a lot of daddy issues in there. The documentary really touches on that.
And we'll get to it again later, but he really, really focuses on the family aspect in his movies.
Yeah.
So
he loves 8mm camera work. He has a special one that he's kept over the years. I like the fact that he went to school in Phoenix. I went to high school in Phoenix. That's where I finished high school. Phoenix is a great place. Shout out to anybody that's listening from Phoenix, Arizona. Shout out to you, Ryan. He tried to get into USC. They said no. His grades, he was a C+ student. They didn't like his grades.
University of Southern California. It was
Trojans.
School of Cinematic Arts.
Yeah.
I had you covered there.
Yeah. But is it the same USC? It's the Trojans?
I don't know. All I know is that they said no.
Some Reggie Bush action?
Twice. Once was actually in person. He did an interview to try and like sell himself, and they still turned him down.
Yeah, his grades just weren't there. The divorce kind of stopped him from becoming a filmmaker for a minute, but he kept going through it. His favorite movie was Lawrence of Arabia. That's what really... He saw that movie and thought, I can never be a director because I can never make movies as good as this.
Which ironically discouraged him from pursuing it.
He's like, the bar's too high, I can't do this. He eventually got over it. He kept sneaking into the lots at Universal, I do believe, and... I think it was Universal. Was it Universal?
Yeah. He actually got an internship working at Universal.
We had a famous interview with John Ford.
So he'd get on the lot, and then he said that he would be caught sneaking onto different film sets just to watch the director, and he's actually been kicked off of an Alfred Hitchcock set before.
He said that he would get on the tour, go to the bathroom for the bathroom breaks, and then not leave the bathroom, wait till he couldn't hear anybody else, and then sneak on the lot. There's this rumor that he had like his own office.
He found an empty office.
Yeah, they say it's false, but you know, the fact that they have a mythology that's a big thing is kind of crazy. So he gets a TV deal. For years he makes, TV movies. He's this young hotshot director. He's taken under this other director's wing. He gets his break to make Duel, a 1974 kind of thriller picture about this guy being harassed by a truck driver. But his big break was Jaws. He does Jaws, and that just kind of, as he said, opened up the checkbook for him, gave him a blank check, just kind of do what he wants. And the rest is kind of history. He's done all types of movies. He's done dramas, he's done thrillers, he's done war movies. He even tried comedy. He's done family movies. He's done it all. He was married at one point, and he never wanted to get divorced. He ended up being divorced. So he has a child from his previous marriage. He ended up with Kate Capshaw from Temple of Doom. She brought her kid from her previous marriage. They, I think, have 1 or 2 kids, and they adopted like 3 kids.
Who I think it was.
Yeah, so he has a crap ton of kids.
I think when I was looking, I think he had like 6.
Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 kids. Yeah, so he's a big family man, and he has said that he's kind of a workaholic, just like his father was. His dad was a workaholic. Going to be a workaholic. Now, over the years, he eventually did patch up the issues he had with his mother for the divorce and his dad for the divorce. I guess his dad shielded him, said it was his fault. And if anybody wants to watch a movie, and we'll talk about it later, but if anybody wants to watch a movie that's very similar to his life, a sensationalized version of his life, watch The Fabelmans. Yeah. It's pretty much his life. It's just exaggerated a bit.
Well, and I even told you, I just watched it today. I had the time, which again, 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah, he's got a lot. Some of his movies are a little long.
But after watching the documentary about him and then watching The Fabelman, I even messaged you. I'm like, this is a documentary. I mean, a biography. Like, this is his life.
Pretty much, yeah.
And they even say in the
documentary from HBO
that, a lot of the stuff that he threw into his works, it did mirror his life, but he made a point not to, I don't want to say glorify, but not to overemphasize it, because he didn't want the attention on him. He wanted it focused on the movie, but I feel like it was also his outlet of getting his own personal angst out.
There's quite a few scenes in that movie. I know we're kind of giving our head ourselves a little bit, but there's quite a few scenes in that movie where I'm a child of divorce. I've went through divorce myself. And there's some scenes in that movie with some family dynamics that really kind of punched me a little bit. It didn't make my top 10, spoiler, but it's a fantastic movie. I think people should watch it. There's 10 other movies I liked better.
And sorry, we should have thrown us at the beginning, but real quick, a trigger warning for anybody out there. We will be discussing anti-Semitism as well at some points.
Racism, anti-Semitism,
just a heads up,
war.
If that's something that really gets to you, I do apologize, but we are going to cover it, so I'd say just jump ahead 30 seconds when we bring it up and see if we're still talking about it.
Yeah, we won't dwell on it a whole lot, but some of those points need to be talked about because they're part of films.
Part of his life.
Yeah, and about his career and where his career went.
Which, speaking of his career, his films were nominated for over 140 Academy Awards.
Yeah, he's directed about 35 movies and produced over 170.
Yeah. Again, we're looking at directed.
Yeah, there's a lot there. If we went through every single one of them. Yeah. Oh, and I've been misspeaking. It's 1974. It's 1971 is Duel. 1971. Okay. I don't know why I kept saying 1974. Whoever was screaming at the YouTube screen, I hear you. It's 1971. I apologize. I am not a professional.
2026 will be the year of Spielberg. That's it. Every one of his works.
Every single one of them.
And George Lucas. We'll look at Star Wars.
Yeah, that one.
Which, no, I'm not going to throw it out there.
No, we're not there yet. Nope. We're not there yet. No. So we do have a list of films he's directed. We'll just briefly go through these. We're not going to go in depth on all of them. We're just going to talk about, say if we've seen them or not, if we liked them, and just kind of go through because we do have a top 10. Josh has a top 10 of his favorite Spielberg movies. We have our top 10. But right now we're just going to go through the list of movies that he has, and then we'll get to that part. So this first one, 1971, which was originally a TV movie, was Duel. After that, another two TV movies, Something Evil in 1972 and Savage in 1973. He then gets Goldie Hawn and some other people for the Sugarland Express in 1974. Gets his big break in 1975 with Jaws. Goes to Close Encounters of the Third Kind 1977. I know that's a big one for you. Tries his comedy chops out, or I don't know how you'd say that, but you get it. 1941 is the movie, made in 1979.
Yep.
That movie, we can stop here for a second. I know it didn't make either of our top 10s.
I watched it this morning because you had said, like, it was...
Well, I messaged you and said it's probably my least favorite Spielberg movie.
Which means I have to watch it. Yeah. I thought the first, 20, 30 minutes was actually decent. It was a classic. I
mean, I laughed at you did the bomb
movie. Thing. But then the longer it went, it just felt more drawn out, and some of the jokes they landed really flat.
I think it was a different era of joke telling.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I'm in Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, Will
John
Ferrell
Candy,
type guy.
Jim Belushi,
some comedy legends in there.
You had some huge Dan Aykroyd,
Robert Stack as the general was awesome. Yeah. That was cool. But yeah, the blackface, there's whiteface, there's some racist remarks that are meant to be kind of funny, and I know it's a product of its time, but I didn't take points away for it just for that. There's a lot of jokes that I didn't find funny.
Yeah, no, I agree completely.
I don't think Animal House is that funny either. So
I did find it amusing though that there's a point where the Japanese are the submarines trying to leave Pearl Harbor and come to L.A. and they
Hollywood.
They get lost. They get the Hollis Wood, the farmer dude, and then he outsmarts them on their own submarine and just all this stupid.
The cast is stacked, man. Everybody's in this movie.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, this could be good.
I give it and this is harsh for me, but a 5 or 6 out of 10.
I gave it a 6 out of 10.
It's just it's not something I go back and watch again. It's one of those. Okay, I watched it. I can say I watched it. Yeah. Move on.
Yeah.
So.
And then we move on to Raiders of the Lost Ark 1981. Man, that kicks a door open. And then he goes on a roll.
Well, now, real quick. He met his wife. What was her name?
Not on this one.
Kate Capshaw on Raiders, didn't he?
No. Temple of Doom.
Or Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom.
Okay.
So he gets Raiders of the Lost Ark in 81. Then he has E.T. in 1982. Writes a segment called Kick the Can versus the Twilight Zone, the movie, which I'm not a huge fan of that movie. It's okay. It did make my top 10 of that year, but it was a very thin year of 1983. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom meets Kate Capshaw in 84. Now, that movie, a lot of people, the critics slammed it as the worst one. It was the biggest grossing one at the time of the franchise.
There was reasons it was a very different movie. Different feeling from the other ones, which we'll look at.
Right. Then he tries his hand at a more serious subject matter. He goes to The Color Purple. Fantastic movie there. Then he goes even more kind of depressing, goes to The Empire of the Sun in 87. I think it's a little more happier in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade in 89. Picks it back up a bit. Always 1989 deals with death and love in that one. Then you get Hook in 1991. Which the documentary we watched kind of glossed right over that.
Yeah.
They didn't even talk about Robin Williams or what's his face? the guy who plays Captain Hook was in the doc. Dustin Hoffman was there, but that's about all you really get from it. But then you get Jurassic Park 1993, and it's like a resurgence all over again.
I feel like Jaws and then Jurassic Park were his two big. I mean, yeah, Indiana Jones was amazing, but I feel like those were the two.
Are they both Benchley?
They
books?
just like solidified him.
Are they both Peter Benchley books? I know Peter Benchley was the writer of Jaws, right? Who did Jurassic Park? Is that a different guy, or was that Benchley too?
No, that was
different, because you're huge on Jurassic Park.
He did the Andromeda Strain. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name right now.
Putting you on the spot. See, I should have had the information. I didn't. But while you think about that, he gets a little bit more serious. We hit Schindler's List in 1993. He goes back to Jurassic Park in 1997 for The Lost World. We get serious again in Amistad 1997. Saving Private Ryan, another. He gets his first, Academy Award for, first one was Schindler's List. Then he gets his second one in Saving Private Ryan, 1998. Then he gets the critics and the audiences didn't like AI in 2001. I'll disagree with that. Minority Report 2002. Catch Me If You Can 2002. The Terminal. Just watched that one for the first time the other day. I don't know why it took me so long to watch that one. What a great movie. War of the Worlds 2005. Munich 2005. Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. A lot of people got some feelings about that one in 2008. Yeah, Adventures of Tintin, based on the cartoon that I didn't really watch as a kid. Warhorse 2011, Lincoln 2012, Bridge of Spies 2015, The BFG 2016, The Post 2017. Might be my second kind of least favorite Spielberg movie. Ready Player One 2018, West Side Story 2021. Spoiler, didn't see that one, just didn't have time. Got a good cast to it, though. Fableman's 2022. He's got 35 movies. I have seen, I think, 94% of his movies.
I think I'm saying 94.
I think when you told me how you said you saw 19 the other day, that was rocking 59%.
Something
so I think you bumped up to 64% of his film.
Good.
So you're good for the podcast today.
Michael Crichton.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Red October too. You wrote that one
right into the camera. I'm sorry, I blanked. I should have known that, but I've read both of the books, and yet somehow I completely blanked. I'm an imposter.
Well, at least I knew they were two books before were. I did that.
And I believe you said West Side Story in 21. I think Rachel Zegler, who just did Snow White, that's where she got her start, I believe, or like one of her big motion.
Yeah, she was the main lady in it, I think.
Yeah. I think she did little things, but I'm pretty sure that was like her first big, not Broadway, cinematic role.
Probably. More likely. I'm not a big musical guy. It's why I'll get to it.
So I did mark off all the ones that I saw.
Okay.
Some of them I don't ever need to see again. A great example of that is Empire of the Sun. You have babyface Christian Bale, but holy shit, that was a depressing movie.
Wow, I
mean, it was great. Very well done. The camera angles and stuff were phenomenal, but
man, I didn't feel happy after watching that movie. I just did not feel happy at all.
The light at the end, I'm like,
the atomic bomb.
I'm like, what? Or when he's walking through the big football stadium and there's just the stolen art and stuff everywhere and bodies. It's just like
the one that so the nanny that's stealing the cabinet with her lady friend that walks up and just slaps Christian Bale. Is that where she's taking the cabinet?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's a wild movie, that's for sure.
But I mean, then
John Malkovich is in it. Joe Pantoliano.
He's got a thing with World War II, doesn't he?
A lot of period pieces.
Yeah.
Some airplane stuff. I think he likes airplanes. I didn't really mention in the documentary, but I'm pretty sure he has a thing on about airplanes.
Well, the chick in 1941 had a thing for airplanes, but only in the sky.
Yeah.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, good.
I mean, that stuff was hilarious. I can't think of that guy's name. He's been in he was in that Buried Alive horror movie from like the mid 80s, and he's been in a lot of like Lifetime movies and things like that. I can't think of his name, but that part of 1941 I like, that whole dynamic.
Yeah.
But I was telling Emily after I watched that, as we'll jump from Empire of the Sun to 1941, I told her about the blackface and the whiteface and the kind of the racist jokes, and I said, then there's kind of like some rapey stuff. She goes, what are you talking about? I said, well, the guy from the A-Team, Dirk Benedict or whatever his name is like chasing the girl, and he like pulls her under the car.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to have his way with. I'm like, whoa, what is going on here? Like, I know it's meant to be funny, like some Pepe Le Pew stuff, but like he's physically grabbing a hold of her and not letting her go. And I don't know. It was just some of it maybe it's something. It's something. But here yeah. So
if you want if you just want to watch it because it's a classic Spielberg, his first attempt at comedy, go for it. But you will notice looking at this list,
I think there's better comedy in the Indiana Jones movie.
I was gonna say, you'll notice there's not a lot of comedy on the list. Like snarky comedy, but not like straight up comedy movies.
No slapstick type stuff.
Yeah. So, but to be fair, the bomb randomly dropping on the tarmac and rolling up to the press conference as he says, "No bombs will be dropped."
That reminded me of some current situation stuff of somebody just blatantly saying what they want to say while shit's going on directly behind them. And we're like, no, here's what's going on. Like, no, it's not.
Moving on.
And that's I was just like, how is that so relevant today? But that's fine.
Yeah. Some of these people saw the future.
Well, The Simpsons. I'm surprised The Simpsons didn't do it.
Yeah.
What movie out of this list, when you have a chance, which ones do you want to watch next?
Like
which
I
ones
haven't seen?
Yeah.
I mean, you were telling me to watch Duel. I mean, eventually
you gotta watch Duel. Duel is his first movie. Is great.
The Color Purple, I purposely avoided. I don't know why, but that type of like just a quick out there for people. It involves a lot of like slavery, and for some reason that stuff just
Oprah.
It really rubs me weird. Like, I don't know why. It just...
Well, it's meant to be uncomfortable.
Well, yeah.
And I watched that movie... man, I was probably in middle school. Around the same time I watched Schindler's List. And I think I saw...
I watch movies to be entertained, like I said before. That's why one reason I'm not a huge fan of horror, because I don't want to sit there having an anxiety attack. So things that make me obviously uncomfortable, I'm probably going to avoid on purpose, just because I don't want... There's enough discomfort in the world already. I don't need to go home much more.
Yeah, I'll kind of touch on that when we get to my list, because I got some feelings on some of those sentiments.
I think the two, because I was thinking about this earlier, the two on my list that I have not seen that I really want to is The Terminal from 2004 with Tom Hanks. I don't want to spoil it for you. I didn't get the chance.
Tom Hanks gold.
I did start watching Terminal with Margot Robbie, not the same movie.
Terminal. Is that is that Will Smith?
I don't know.
What's it about?
Into it,
oh, wow. Okay.
And I'm just like, this is not it.
No.
And the other one I really do want to see, though, is called Bridge of Spies.
Bridge of Spies is great.
It's like you were just telling me it's a good movie.
Yeah. So now I know which ones you specifically haven't seen. I'll try not to spoil much when we get to top 10s, possibly if they're in my top 10 or not.
I'm guessing there's none that I've seen that you haven't, so it'll be all right.
No, the only movies I have not seen are West Side Story, Tintin. BFG. And I feel like I watched the cartoon. No, I saw the BFG. It's a good movie.
The big fucking guy?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the guy from Bridge of Spies, the spy dude, does the voice in that now that I know he's in.
Oh, really?
He's like the weird dude from Bones and All.
Okay.
And that dude creeped me out in that movie, and I'm like, all of a sudden he's like in all these Spielberg movies. I was like, what? And you'll find that Spielberg loves to use kind of like the same people.
Yeah.
Like before Kevin Smith could even think about using the same people, or
Adam
as
Sandler.
they say, James Gunn using the same people. Spielberg was already doing it. And there's a reason, even if you watch the documentary, like there's a reason I use like the same people behind the scenes and a lot of people on the scenes, is because we have such a rapport with each other and just work so much easier. And who doesn't want to work with Tom Hanks everywhere? You know, like I would. Tom Hanks is an American. Is he Greek now? Is he half Greek?
What, 3 or 4 of his movies?
Well, and then some of the stuff he's produced and written with like Zemeckis and things too. Yeah.
I can say Catch Me If You Can, Saving Private Ryan, and Terminal. Sorry, The Terminal.
The Terminal.
But
yeah. So let's get into. You did Tom Cruise twice with War of the Worlds and Minority Report too. Yeah.
What do you look at? Top 10?
Well, let's real quick. So we said Academy Awards. He's won 3 Academy Awards. Best Director for Schindler's List in 93. Best Pictures for Schindler's List as well, and I guess as he was the producer, and Best Director for Saving Private in 1998. But he's got a lot of nominations for things like E.T. and Raiders and Lincoln and all those type of things. He's got a bunch of Golden Globe Awards as well. Like, there's so many to list. It's crazy. He's got BAFTA Awards. He's got Primetime Emmy Awards.
Well, that's what I said. He was nominated for like 140 Academy Awards, and I think he won 35 or 36 of them.
Well, he's on the AFI Life Achievement Award. He got that in 95, part of the Kennedy Center, if you care about that place anymore. The Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2015. Like, he has the 2 charities, about anti-Semitism, and it's wild, the world that he has helped create and helps continue to create for us out there. You said earlier about he made, so much money with his box office. Number 1, Jurassic Park, $1.1 billion. Now, I don't know if that's adjusted for inflation, but that's a lot.
It's incredible.
Yeah, you got E.T. and Crystal Skull at number 3, $790 million. That's how much that movie you've made. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it made more. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask our audience. How many of you actually liked Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
I'll tell you right now, I like it. We can get to it. We'll get to it.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll get to Listen, we, spoiler alert, are probably going to do an Indiana Jones episode after this. So we're not going to go too in depth on the Indiana Jones movies.
And it might be a 2-parter.
I mean, there's a lot to talk about. It's possible.
I might have an Indiana Jones t-shirt in my Amazon cart.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So we're going to get to our top 10. But before we do that, I got one more piece of information about other top 10s. I just want to know what the internet and what all the fans out there, I am DB, database, not Bravo Delta. According to Ranker, the top 4 movies, Raiders, Jaws, Jurassic Park, Private Ryan. According to Rotten Tomatoes, E.T., Schindler's List, Jaws, and Catch Me If You Can.
Jurassic Park didn't even make that one?
Jurassic Park is at 10.
What?
Yeah, on Ranker, Jurassic.
Wow.
Yeah, International Movie Database, Schindler's List, Private Ryan, Raiders, Jurassic Park, Crusade. So just to give you an idea of what's out there. Now that's society. That's out there. Letterboxd didn't have quite everything, but I just wanted to know in consensus, other than our opinions, what's going on out there. But I've been talking a lot for the last couple minutes, so I'm going to let you go first on this one because I'm a gracious guy and I don't know, unless you want to roll that D20 like we used to do. But otherwise, you can go first. We're going to go to our top 10 movies. All right. We're going to list from 10 to 1. Okay? Should be pretty easy. Yep. You list your number 10, I'll list my number 10. We'll give a brief or lengthy reason why it is number 10. So you go ahead and I'm going to take a drink while you're talking.
All right. So at number 10 for me. Well, so first off, number 9 and 10, I had a really hard time. They're both kind of equals to me, so I just put them in.
You could have easily done the top 20.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have time for that.
Oh, yeah. When I went through all the ones I'd seen and narrowed it down, I still had like 16, and I'm like, this is going to be tough. But at number 10, I had to put Minority Report. 2002, yeah, Tom Cruise, futuristic. We see crime before it happens. Don't get me wrong. This is my top 10, not my top 100. So top 10, it's still a phenomenal movie. Yeah, reasons I loved it is I love good, like detective style, mystery style, sci-fi. And this had all of that, as well as, hey, let's throw some really, really difficult philosophical questions in the mix. Like, should we be doing this to begin with? It also takes a look at incredible technology. It was kind of before its time. The hand moving, it was before Tony Stark even did it. He was in 2005.
I'm trying so hard not to just jump in and say so many things.
Like moving around, like the different computer graphics and stuff, and it was incredible. And now people literally do that with AI, VR and stuff, and I'm sure there's probably something out there that we can't afford that you can do cool stuff like that.
$670 a month.
Yeah, right. I think this Minority Report is probably one of Tom Cruise's absolute best performances. I thought it was
John Anderton. Yeah,
I thought it was an incredible range of emotion mixed with just that classic Tom Cruise tough guy personality. I just thought it was fantastic. And the thing I loved the most, especially coming from a more religious background, is it just blatantly asks, should there be free will or the whole idea of predestination? I mean, it is a classic question that's been asked forever, and they take it in a completely new direction. And I love the movie. I just love other ones more. Now, do you want to give your 10 or do you want to give me your opinion on that?
I'm going to give you my 10 because I think we might have the same ones just at different times.
Okay.
And instead of me cutting you off or jumping in the middle and continuing it, I'll just give you my whole entire take on it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I think I might forget what I want to say. So
you're going to do...
I'm going to do my number 10.
Okay.
My number 10, Bridge of Spies. I put that at number 10. Why? Dialogue. Tom Hanks, as usual, delivers a stellar performance. The film moves at a nice pace, but it gives time for the audience to care about the characters, and without being too wild, shows the horrible circumstances of the war in the building of the Berlin Wall. Oh, I guess that's the rest of my paragraph. This movie, it's a bioepic. And it's based on true events. We did trade spies. It is Cold War. There's scenes that are very parallel with Tom Hanks on a train in two different places and what he sees on those trains in comparison to this part of the world and this part of the world, but also this side of Germany and this side of Germany. How the Soviets deal, how these Germans deal, how these Germans deal, what our American side is willing to do. It's not a brutal movie. It's not visceral. It's not blood and guts. It's not too much espionage. It's kind of straightforward. But the dialogue in this movie that is delivered by Tom Hanks and some of the other actors is just, and I'm going to say this over and over and over for my top 10, so just get used to it now, a jam-packed cast. A who's who of actors that you go, oh, I know that guy, but I don't know his name. I know that guy, and I know who she is, but I don't know. But they're in every fucking movie out there, and they're amazing at it. This is another one of those movies. The dialogue is just so damn sharp. I think this might be maybe in my top 5 Tom Hanks performances. Maybe it's not his top 10 movies, but performance-wise,
oh wow,
Tom Hanks is on his game here. I don't know if other people view it that way, but he's an insurance salesman who has to negotiate things, and he's just firing on all cylinders. You have not seen this, so I don't want to give too much away, but I highly recommend Bridge of Spies for the dialogue itself. Now, this movie doesn't have all the crazy camera work that Spielberg's known for. It's got some nice shots, and it's kind of got some gray shading to it, and it's another period piece. We're back in the Cold War era. But man, there was just something about this one. Usually I don't really like those type of movies. I'm like, well, okay, it was just another history thing. They're just copying what happened. And, kind of like a war horse. I went in that movie going, okay, it's a history thing. It's not but I kind of got bored with it. It's a horse going here and it's going there and whatever. But this one kind of drew me in twice as much as that one did. So I highly recommend Bridge of Spies. It is my number 10.
Okay.
Who do you got as what do you have as your number 9?
Number 9, it should be higher on my list, but it's not.
You put it here for a reason.
I
so
know.
Why did you put it at number 9?
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Sorry, of the third kind, not a third kind. 1977. This is one of the very early Spielberg movies that I remember seeing. Oh man, there's so many things you want to say at once and you got to filter them through. It shows that the alien encounter can be a good experience, not like a horror filled, oh my gosh, we're all going to die, take over the world.
War of the Worlds type deal.
Yeah. And I remember it really kind of sticking with me at a younger age. Now I'm younger age, probably 10, 12,
By the time you saw it, yeah.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter was that the message behind it was, don't be afraid of what you don't know or understand. Simple as that. I don't want to get on a soapbox, but they're different. We should be afraid and attack them, or we should be afraid because they could be evil. It's a very cut and dry message behind the movie of, if you don't know them, give them a chance and find out. Now, if they attack, yeah, go ahead and attack back. But
with water.
With water, yeah.
Oh, wrong movie.
And then Signs. Not Spielberg.
What was it? Just in War of the Worlds, what had killed him? Was it just germs in that one? Just dirty water?
And
Mexican water?
I don't know if they did it in Spielberg's. I don't remember. I think they did. But in the original anyways,
I guess it's Gulf of America.
It was that...
I got to shut up.
Our germs killed them because they weren't used to it. So when they finally opened their ships, they got exposed and they just started dying.
Yeah, they had the common cold like I did. And then done. Dunsies.
Back to Close Encounters. Richard Dreyfuss, his obsession in that movie adds such a human aspect to it. Whereas the whole thing's really focusing on... And it's designed to be kind of nerve-wracking at first. Like, you don't really know what's going on. He's molding the mesa with his potatoes and his clay and everything. I mean, it's you don't really know what's going on. It's kind of creepy. But it adds that layer to the story that it's not some, hero character. It's just an everyday dude who is also scared. He doesn't know what's going on.
How did you feel about the documentary part when you found out, because I didn't find out until this, that the part where the kid's yelling at his father in the bathtub, yelling at Richard Dreyfuss, that was from Spielberg's childhood, calling his dad a sissy. That
completely changed that scene for me.
It did for me as well, because I had already done my top 10 at that point, and obviously it didn't really change it for me, but just more of an impact for that movie about you look up as a society, at least here in America, we look at men, your father or your uncle, whoever that may be, your grandfather, to be this manly man, just somebody that's supposed to be, the guy to take care of the family and to set examples, and to see that type of person break down or cry or lose it and not keep their marbles together, it unnerves you as a child sometimes, because that's your superhero. Think of the character Shazam. He turns into his dad, an image of his father, because that's what he views that one man should be.
Yeah.
And to have that scene where Spielberg says as a kid, he's yelling at his dad, calling him a sissy when he saw his dad cry for the first time. And then for him to put that into a movie way back when, to really show his daddy issues back then, it's just, and to, I just watched the documentary today and I was like, that's wild. So yeah, it's
still pretty fresh, but I never fully understood, I get that he's, the kid's yelling at his dad, he's upset, the dad's upset, but understanding that came from a very dark personal point of, corner of Spielberg's own life, it completely changed that scene for me. I'll never see it the same.
It shows the depth that he draws upon.
Oh yeah.
To put layer upon layer. That's why his movies, I think, have such a rewatchability, because if you learn more about him or where these things came from, or even if you didn't watch a documentary, but maybe you catch it the second or third watch, sometimes it gives you it's the same. Sometimes you hear a song kind of in the distance, you don't really pay much attention, but then when you listen, because maybe you're talking, there's a barbecue going on, but then you're in your car on your own and you hear a song on its own, you can go, wow, those lyrics are wild. It's kind of the same as watching a movie for the second or third time, when you can focus more on it, when your kids weren't screaming or something at the time, As we grow and get older, you understand things more.
Different mental levels of maturity. As a kid, I just wanted to see the aliens. I wanted to see the music. Hear the music. Now I view it in a whole different perspective. It's a completely different movie the older you get.
This was only my second time watching it. I'd only seen it one time as I was a kid, and to be honest, I wasn't very thrilled as a kid. I was like, oh, there's lights, because I think this is a more mature movie, where I think you need to be a little bit older to understand it a little bit more.
I think I've seen it maybe a half a dozen times in my life, but it is, if you haven't seen it, I recommend you go see it. It is a fantastic movie.
It's considered one of his best.
Yeah.
Actually,
great segue. You said about, there's lights, but music. The idea of using music as a communication tool rather than
mathematics is initially,
or in some cases war, whatever, or the movie, what was it, where they did the circle symbols, and I can't remember what it was called now.
I saw it one time.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Was it one of the Mars ones, maybe?
Sure.
Yeah.
But the point is, music, it played it off as it is more of a universal language because you feel it rather than just hear it. And that's just not only is it an emotional thing to like connect with your audience, but it's, and I'll get to this again later for other things, it's again genius. Because Spielberg looked at it, in my mind, he looked at it and said, okay, what is the basic, how would everybody do this? Okay, let's not do that. Like, let's take a whole different look at it. And it works for him.
Spielberg's all about those angles, coming in it left instead of right. He's good at that.
And then the last little bullet point I have for this movie is that, like I said, it is a slow burn. It builds tension throughout the movie until you have this not even like big grand finale of like the big war or the big, reveal. No, it's just, I use the word transcendent moment. Like you take the entire movie and it just goes to a whole new level of enjoyment. Like it's more of a, this is gorgeous. Like this,
but you say that
beautiful.
The symphony kind of all comes together.
The music brings it all together. Yeah. Not just the music they're playing.
I'm just saying, like, as an analogy for you, like you've been placing all these concert people together, the violinists over here and the drummers over here and everything, and then now at the finale of the movie,
they're finally culminating into one amazing piece of artwork, and that's what that movie is. Like I say, it should be higher on my list, but I have other reasons. So
spoilers, it did not make my list. It is not in my top 10.
We can't all be me.
That is true. Yeah, we can't all be Chuck Norris either, but here we are.
It's funny, though, because I know for a fact that you can guess what my number one is. I don't know what your number one is on this list.
Really?
So I'm curious.
You don't remember when you glanced at my notes?
I don't. But so go ahead. What is your number 9?
Number 9. We've talked about this already. Minority Report.
Okay.
A sci-fi thriller that folds a unique take on stopping crime and the repercussions of it going wrong. The human element of that. Again, jam-packed cast of who's who, went on to do great things. There's a lot of people in here who went into some Marvel movies and went into some DC movies and went into other sci-fi movies and made their own franchises, just all types of people here. I've seen it a few times. I saw it in the theater once or twice. I remember I saw it opening weekend with my buddy Ryan. And I remember it because there's this older couple in front of us and she had this perfume. And for some reason, the second time I saw it, in my living room, for some reason I smelled that perfume the same time. Now I had a cold. I've been sick for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
Finally, mostly over it. And so I watched this the other day and I was like, is that smell going to be there? Because I can't smell like anything important. And it was not there, but still my brain was looking for that scent. It's weird how you can concrete those, another round. You can put those memories in amber and just kind of have them for later. It just every time I can, like, my brain knows what the smell is, but I don't smell it. It's wild.
Well, so a great example of that, and it sounds ridiculous, but when I first started reading, like on my own because I wanted to, I've read The Hobbit. I've said this before, but I remember listening to Disturbed while reading it. And to this day, certain songs will immediately remind me of certain parts of the book. It's the weirdest thing.
I don't think it's weird at all. It's the way your brain connects. If you had a positronic net, that's the way the wires are going to like get all up in there. You know what I mean?
It's fascinating. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I didn't have much more after that. I didn't want to go on it at length. Even when like I said, I've seen it a few times and I know what the twists are. I know who the killer is, who's behind everything. Seeing Colin Farrell interact that earlier in his career, I think he did some sort of a CIA movie right after this. And he did Daredevil around this time. He played Bullseye. And I was on a Colin Farrell kick for a minute. I was like, man, Colin Farrell's like some cool stuff. And if anybody's wants to see some cool Colin Farrell stuff or some weird stuff, watch the videos of him and Danny DeVito talking about playing Penguin and watching Danny DeVito go off about how much he was in love with Michelle Pfeiffer and having Colin Farrell trying to get him away from saying the things that he is saying. It's great. But Tom Cruise, you got the guy who played Dum Dum Dugan in Marvel. That guy's in here. And it just the older guy, he was in Needful Things. Like the cast is like so huge. And I forgot because it's been so long since I've seen it. You get towards the last quarter of the movie and I'm like, okay, well, this happened. This is about the end of the movie. And I'm like, wait a minute. I looked at that. There's like 20 minutes of this movie left. I kind of forgot about the last 20 minutes of this movie and how it unfolded. Like I knew who the bad person was, but I forgot like how they even got there and they figured it out. And I'm like, it was a fun rewatch because it's been so many years. You know, you see the guy with the sunglasses and I was like, well, that's a billboard. Like I remember it was a billboard, but then I don't know. It's a fun movie. Like if you don't watch it every couple of years, it's a good rewatch. And the science fiction aspect of it, you touched on the pre-crime, but just like the jetpacks and Jason Kilpatrick with the puke stick, where they call them the sick sticks, where they zap somebody and they puke everywhere. Like why is that in crime? I'm just going to make you puke your guts out. Like
incapacitate you. Yeah,
even the guy at the very beginning that they stop in the very first crime in the movie, that guy has been in like NCIS type CSI shows everywhere. That dude's been all over the place. It's a good sci-fi movie that was probably ahead of its time.
What did you think of the remake?
I don't know if I watched the remake because it wasn't a TV show.
I think it was actually.
No,
you didn't watch any of it?
I wanted to know if it was going to get more than one season, and I'm not sure if it did.
Okay.
And I don't know. It might have been on a premium service that I didn't have at the time. I knew it existed, but I didn't watch it.
See, I didn't mention it because I never watched it, but I didn't know if maybe you did or not. Okay.
I knew it was out there, but I loved the movie so much. I was like, I don't know if I even want to take the time to find out.
Well, and I know neither one of us are huge Tom Cruise fans. Wait, are you?
I like Tom Cruise.
Oh, okay. I'm not a huge Tom
He does
Cruise
some
fan.
personal things that maybe I don't agree with, but as an actor and his performances, I like him there.
Okay.
We'll be clear.
There's not a ton of his stuff that I like. Like I've said before, I've seen the first 2 Mission Impossibles, and that's it. But this is one of those movies that I can look past all my pet peeves with him. I think everything about that movie is so clean and well done. So
the last thing I'll say about it, when I said people went on to do other things, the precog lady, the female, she went on to be the crazy bald lady in The Walking Dead, where they all put on the skin masks and act like zombies. She was the main lady. Because I was like, what has this lady done in her career?
Carol?
No, she has like the short gray hair. Like this, she was the leader of like some zombie people that were trying to kill all the good people.
Oh.
Yeah, like that's what this lady did in her career. She ended up being that psycho lady on like Walking Dead season 7 or 8 or something.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, the walkers talk? She was the person behind all that.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, she looks just the same, just older. She still has a bald head and yeah. I think Negan sleeps with her in The Walking Dead. It was some weird stuff. But let's move on to something maybe more joyful than The Walking Dead. What is your number 8?
All right, my number 8 is significantly less joyful than The Walking Dead.
Oh, no. Here we go.
1984, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
I mean, it does have Doom in the title.
It does.
Kalima.
So this movie is significantly darker and more intense than the other movies. It gives off real horror energy or horror vibes. Like, it is not...
But it had Short Round in it.
I have that on here.
Okay.
It was... I think that's one reason I did like it, but it's lower on the list, is it just felt completely different from the other movies. And Crystal Skull can go fuck itself. I didn't like it. I'm sorry.
Well, we're not here talking about movies we don't like. We're not on that episode, so give us a brief reason of why it's on your list.
So it's on my list because that was my boss, by the way. I just hung up on. It was on my list because the minecart chase scene is another example of Spielberg saying, "What is a common trope that we see, and how can we change it?" We've seen car chases, we've seen airplane chases, we've seen everything. How we've seen Steve Rogers dive into the ocean and chase down a submarine. But when have we ever seen another minecart chase? Okay. One of the most amazing ways to just up the ante, in my opinion. Like it's already a very fast-paced series for the most part, and they literally put it on railroad tracks and said, let's go faster. Here you go. They introduced Short Round. In my opinion, one of the most, at times annoying, but awesome like kid sidekicks that I've ever seen in a movie. Didn't care for him as much in the Goonies.
You didn't like Pinchers of Power? What?
I said as much. I still like him. And he was great in Loki. But at Short Round, it was just one of those fun little, like, let's add this to the movie because. And it worked. It shouldn't have by any means, but it did. And the fact that this was created during one of Spielberg's darkest times in his life. This was right around or after his divorce.
It was after.
Okay.
I do believe.
It adds a whole different level of emotion and pain to it. Like, it's meant to be a dark, painful experience. And he did it very well.
It's got monkey brains in it.
It does.
I do remember that.
And George Lucas, who was also in on this one, well, he is in on all of the Indiana Jones. If I remember correctly, had just gone through a breakup with a very long-term girlfriend. And so they were both in just this dark place in their lives. And it came out in movie form.
I mean, they rip out a heart.
They
using supernatural means. I got the murder or the kill scene where the guy gets in the wheel. Pat Roach comes back again and dude, that was
but yeah,
we won't go to
fantastic movie. One, I mean, most of the Indiana Jones are great movies.
Did it make it here on your list just because it's fun?
Pretty much.
It's just a fun one.
I mean, it's one of those movies that if it's on, I'm going to happily sit down and watch it.
As a kid, it was my favorite one until I got older.
See, I was saying it was never my favorite. It always had that overly dark feel to it. But again, the older you get, the more you watch it and you're like, this is actually really, really well put together. Like, there's a lot more to this than just hearts.
Yeah.
And minecarts. So, what
Hearts
about you? What is your number 8?
Number 8, and I'll try not to do too many spoilers here because you have not seen it. My number 8 is The Terminal.
Okay.
With Tom Hanks. I knew nothing about this movie before I watched it for the first time. I heard that it was good. I mean, it was like on all these people's lists, but I was like, it's Tom Hanks in an airport. How good can it be, right? So Tom Hanks is a visitor to the USA that falls through the cracks, and he gets stuck in this airport. Like, he can't leave. That's basically your premise.
I know that much about it.
And I'm not going to give away really much more other than it's filled with a bunch of comedy, drama, and romantic genres all mixed together. You get a cast of Catherine Zeta-Jones is in this. You get Stanley Tucci in this. The one dude from Gone in 60 Seconds is in this. But my favorite part of this, and I'm going to spoil this for you, and I think I texted this to you because I thought maybe you were going to watch it. Zoe Saldana is in this movie.
Yes.
Her character loves to go to Star Trek conventions. And at one point, she does do the symbol, though she does have her thumb up instead of out. There's a person pursuing her who wants to be with her. This character is played by a guy who ends up being Cassian Andor from Star Wars. And this is the nerdy geek shit that makes me go crazy in my pants. Because I was like, what? Wait a minute. These are two, like, first off, I didn't know either of them were in there. I didn't know that this Diego Luna, I think is his name. Yeah, Diego Luna. I didn't even know that he was acting at this point. But then I'm like, oh, Zoe Saldana's in it. And then when Tom Hanks is asking her, his character is asking her about what she's into, and she starts talking about Star Trek. Now, then like 4 years later, she does the J.J. Abrams Star Trek as Uhura. And in fact, she says the original series. Her character says Star Trek, the original series.
Like, she actually specified.
Yes. And I'm like, oh my God. This Star Wars guy is pursuing the Star Trek character. I love it.
Now, and if you're unsure who Zoe Saldana is, she's the one that played Gamora in the Marvel movies.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. This movie is quirky.
Your geek is really showing.
I didn't know if I was going to love this movie. I have a feeling it has some rewatchability to it. It's, again, Tom Hanks, masterclass in acting. Tom Hanks as this character from some made-up Russian-ish country trying to figure out American customs without it being too comedic and actually having heartbreak and betrayal. But yet, those simple little loving moments is just... It's a charming movie. That's the best way to say it. This is a charming movie that if you just want to have a good feel time, The Terminal is the movie for you. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. It's not stupid. It's not slapstick, but it's not too serious. It's right in the middle of everything you need it to be.
Well, you had said to me there was a few emotional scenes too.
There is. And it comes through his performance, things that he discovers, and some way that he's treated by some people that you don't really expect. It's like, damn, dude, that sucks. That sucks. I feel for this guy now.
The only thing I read about it was war breaks out in his home country, causing him to get stuck there, but the airport won't let him come back into America because of it.
And they can't deport him either.
Leave. Okay, so
his visa's taken away. Yeah, like so he can't leave the airport and he can't go away.
So he's a prisoner, but he's not a prisoner.
Yeah, and the State Department won't do anything for him. And some people want him out of the airport, and some people want him to stay in the like. It's a thing.
And Margot Robbie's not in this one,
unless she was an extra somewhere that I did not see. But I don't know.
I thought for sure, because that was the synopsis I read when I was kind of going through the movies. I thought for sure it was going to be like a kid with cancer or something.
Yeah,
the name Terminal.
Yeah.
But then I found, as you know, it's not Terminal, it's The Terminal.
Well, I found out later that there's a movie, I think, with Bill Murray where he might be in an airport and I might have got him confused.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know what that movie is, but I think I thought that was that movie, and I don't know. But that's my number 8. What is your number 7?
My number 7 is going to just keep moving on with Tom Hanks.
I mean, why not, right? Is this a Tom Hanks spotlight, or is this
Well... this is our first director spotlight.
This is actually a John Williams spotlight.
Okay, he comes up again later.
Comes in a lot, actually.
Yeah. So no, moving on. My number 7 is 2002. Catch Me If You Can. Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio. It is one of the best. Oh, so I'll just read what I have here. It is a fun storytelling based on true events built around a simple cat and mouse premise.
And daddy issues.
Well, yeah, and plenty of daddy issues. But it's one of the very few true crime type movies or...
This is a based on real life thing.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. But, I mean, it's one of the rare true crime stories that are... It's not about murder, and it's not about the killer, and it's not about, like, bad, dark things.
Forgery.
It's white collar crime. And because of that, they didn't take it to some extreme. Wow, that was a loud whistle.
That was extreme. Not like the hair metal band either.
Because of that, they didn't take it to some crazy extreme, like, he's a serial killer running through the countries. No, let's have a little bit of fun with this. Let's tell the story as it is, but let's get some people that have really good chemistry. And I think the two of them just had the most amazing chemistry. They played off of each other so well.
Christopher Walken in this one too.
He was.
He was in this movie.
And I feel like 2002, I think they were both kind of in their acting prime right there. Don't get me wrong, Tom Hanks' prime spans quite a few decades.
From bosom buddies till now.
But there's an area where he and Leonardo DiCaprio as well, it's like they couldn't do wrong. Everything they were in was like Midas touch. It was turned into gold. And I feel like this was one of them. This movie was just perfectly put together. And one thing I adore, one reason I love playing a rogue in D&D is I love that art of deception. And I loved it's called social engineering that they did. Not social networking. So in my line of work in IT, social engineering is actually a very common thing you have to look out for. It's the idea of somebody trying to convince you that you're something you're not simply through your attitude and your confidence.
Fake it till you make it.
A great example of this is at a very specific conference in Las Vegas I went to once with my brother that was literally nothing but hacking people. You can figure out what it was.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan? Like hitting people with 2x4s?
Sure.
Yeah.
They had a social engineering display where they had like a bunch of people walking around. You could not have your phone out, period. You couldn't be recording. You couldn't be taking notes because they had people in a little soundproof booth live showing you this. And they had somebody call CVS acting as the security company. And within 5 minutes of just chatting with the person, an everyday employee, they got the alarm codes to turn off the alarms so that they could go in because they had to do computer maintenance and stuff at night. And That is social engineering.
That reminds me of the movie I just watched, The Beekeeper, with Jason Statham.
Oh, okay.
Where he goes after people that take old people's money. They call them up, they put fake stuff on the computers, get them to get all the passwords, and then drain their bank accounts.
It is very similar to what you would call a scam, but in this case, you're not directly trying to like scam the person. It's more scamming like an organization. And in this movie, you see him doing that time and time again with fake checks, or the doctor incident where he acts like a doctor. He has confidence.
It's like the show The Pretender.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Which was a fantastic show back in the day.
It really was.
I loved that show.
Really was.
Good show, Jared.
But
not the Subway guy. I mean,
he shows how easy it is to manipulate people. And it's not even a matter of like, oh, well, his character was a genius. No, he had minimal education. I don't think he finished high school. He ran away when his parents got divorced. And
well, divorce is in the movie, huh?
Social engineered the shit out of these people to convince them with minimal knowledge of the topic, for the most part, and just pure, again, confidence that, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm supposed to be here, and nobody would ask questions. Great example. I can go up to somebody at work that I've never talked to in my life and just say, hey, I'm IT. I need to do something. Can I get in here? And people will just let me sit at their computer and do whatever I need to do. They don't, and I know for a fact it's people I've never talked to in my life. I don't know their name. They certainly don't know mine. And that's just how you act like you know what you're doing, and people usually don't question it.
I got an email today saying, you got a $500 Walmart gift card. Press here to redeem. And I'm like, no, thank you.
I got a text today saying,
no, thank you.
I got a text today saying I have unpaid turnpike tolls.
Yeah.
Turnpike tolls that
I know somebody in my personal life that said they were 87 cents short and they sent the money and then they had their bank account hacked.
No, what? Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's
I'm not going to name who it is. It's somebody from an older generation. They didn't know any better. They thought for real because they had recently went somewhere.
Oh.
And they're like, oh, maybe it didn't scan it right. Maybe it didn't take our money.
Funny enough, my boss, his wife, fell into the same trap.
Oh, man.
She sent 3 different payments.
Oh, no.
Because it kept saying, oh, this card bounced. And he had to cancel all of his debit cards, change everything. He said it was just, and all of his bills came out of this one account. He's like, he had to call all of his bill collectors or whatever.
I'm starting to feel that
it was awful.
Only people that are around 5 years older or younger than me, which you fall into, are the only ones that seem to really get something to ping in their brain that this shit ain't right.
So the thing is,
because people that are way older or way younger keep getting hit with it. And I don't know why.
Him and his wife are only like a year or two younger than me. But the thing is, they had just traveled to, I think it was Florida for a competition. We'll just say that for his kids. And I guess there was some driving involved. And she didn't remember if they hit a toll road or not. It happens. But, I mean, yeah, this movie shows how easy it is, or back then anyways, how easy it was. And the fact that it's based on a true story, and spoiler, the end shows him being recruited into the FBI to catch the people doing what he just spent the past decade doing. It's just mind-blowingly amazing, because you don't actually see stories like that, but you know, a lot of like hackers and stuff who get caught, they end up getting turned into what they call like white hats, where their job is go ahead and continue hacking, but for me. Mm-hmm. Find those people, stop those people, and we'll pay you really well. It's incredible.
I understand why the movie's up your alley for sure.
It's 100% up my alley.
I saw it in theaters. It didn't make my top 10, but it is a good movie.
I didn't even see it till like probably 5-10 years ago. It flew under my radar for the longest time. And then finally, I remember my brother always ranting about it, and I'm just like, and I think it's like a 2 hour and 20 minute movie.
Most Spielberg movies are around 2 hours.
And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. I like Tom Hanks. I like Leo. Amazing movie. Amazing.
It is a good movie.
Sorry for the rant.
No, that's fine. I found that with most Spielberg movies, there's only like 2 or 3 that I don't think are a solid 8. Most of them are 8 or 9s in my book. There's just a handful that are around 7s or 6s, but most of them are 8s for me. So it was hard to do a list like this.
Like even my low, like my 7, 8, 9, 10s, they're all easily 7s out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
Like they're just amazing movies.
Speaking of number 7, I'm going to tell you my number 7. Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
Came in at number 7 for me.
Hey, who's in that?
Everybody. Absolutely everybody is in this movie. Oh my goodness. From Vin Diesel to Tom Hanks. Oh, look, another Tom Hanks movie.
Isn't Andrew Garfield?
No. That's another war movie that I didn't watch. I didn't. Yeah, that's the one where he doesn't fight.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that one. Yeah. This one's got a shit ton of action. It's got a great cast, the dialogue, the emotions, war. Every single box is checked for this movie. It's not my favorite war movie of all time. I'll be clear on that. That's We Were Soldiers. That is just bar none my favorite one of all time. But it's fantastic in so many other ways. It doesn't matter. The whole beginning of the movie, when I first saw this, of them going onto the beach, is just a phenomenal. The fact that they just, and they said, chronologically, they shot that. They, each day they took a little bit more of that beach, and the documentary that we watched really goes into depth about how this was made.
Oh, I've read so many stories of like older generation people who fought in World War II, just having full-blown PTSD watching it. They're like, it was one of the most real reenactments they'd ever seen.
There's a reason this thing won awards.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. And a lot of people are like, why is it only number 7 on your list? I'm not a huge war movie guy. I give credit where it is due. And this is historically a great movie, same as like Black Hawk Down, or like I said, We Were Soldiers, but
Behind Enemy Lines.
I saw it once.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I saw it one time. It's just, I guess I said exactly what I wrote down without reading it. I don't know. I don't need to really go on about this. I just know by the awards themselves, I don't really need to justify why it's like it should be in a top 10 movie. I just think for repeat value, for one thing, it is a longer movie. And it's not the happiest movie to watch, but I have to put it in here because how amazingly put together it is. With all, like I said, all the boxes are checked, all the pieces are where they need to be. Spielberg, when he saw issues, fixed them right away, found new ways to film stuff. It's a heart-punching movie. It's a drama-driven movie with so much heartache in it. There's nothing really wrong with this movie. It's just, if I'm going to make a list of movies where I really enjoy movies, it's not going to be as my number 1. If you would technically say, what movie has Steven Spielberg made that's technically the best movie, framework, coloring, score, it would be hard to argue that this might not be in the top 3.
Yeah. But
for enjoyability, I'm going to put it at number 7.
And Tom Hanks.
And Tom Hanks, dude. Bet again. I don't know. I used to say I've never seen a bad Mel Gibson movie. Now that was years ago, and I have seen a couple that are iffy. But I'm not sure how many bad Tom Hanks movies I've ever seen. Like, honestly, I'd have to go look through his filmography, but I don't know how many bad Tom Hanks movies there are. Like, actual bad ones where like, man, that movie kind of sucks.
Dude, even the movie he did about Mr. Rogers.
I didn't watch that one yet, so I can't.
I think it was called Won't You Be My Neighbor? Even that was fantastic. It was so well done.
Yeah. What is your number 6?
Well, I will tell you, I don't have Saving Private Ryan anywhere on my list. But as you know,
I don't feel as bad that it didn't even make your list.
I am
kind of the same as Third Encounters didn't make my list.
I'm not a war movie guy. Like I said, that one and Hacksaw Ridge. That's what I was thinking.
And I've never seen it.
Those are the only 2 I've ever watched that I
don't get drawn to them.
Really enjoy.
So we kind of agree on that we're not huge war movie type people.
Like, I'll watch it once. Like Fury. I watched it once.
Fury's a great movie.
Great movie.
Oh man, it's a good movie.
But I don't need to go back to it.
No.
Like, that's just how I am.
It's a heartbreaking ending. Why do I need to watch it again? Like, I already know.
Yeah, that was...
It's kind of like We Were Soldiers. It is my favorite. But at the end, when they have to go door to door and tell each of their wives or their girlfriends that their dudes ain't coming home. I was crying in the theater, dude.
Well, I have a buddy.
I was like, dude, this sucks.
My buddy Brian, he keeps telling me I need to watch Band of Brothers. And I won't.
That's long as hell. I never watched it.
I won't I know it sounds amazing, but I don't want to be, I don't want to.
Well, I don't want to send incentive.
The best way I can say it is I don't want to sit there and be depressed. Like,
and how many Vietnam, World War II type movies do we need?
Well, yeah. I mean, I understand it's probably one of the greatest things ever made, according to some people, but that's good for those people. I'm going to stick to comedy.
Right.
And speaking of comedies, this is not one by any means.
Hamburger Hill is another good war movie. But go ahead. What is your number 6?
My number 6 is 1993. It is Schindler's List.
Spoiler, we both got that at number 6.
Okay, so we can talk about it.
We can talk about it. How about that? That's crazy. Both at number 6.
This is the
you
one.
Tell me why.
This is what I was telling you about, that I got through my top 10 and I'm narrowing it down. I went back and looked at the overall 35, is it? And I'm like, shit, I missed it. I got to work it in. And that's what pushed Hook off of my list, because Hook was number 10. I loved Hook as a kid, but sorry.
Poor Rufio.
According to the documentary, mistakes were made. So, number 6, Schindler's List. It is one of the few films that I've seen that left me utterly speechless at the end of it.
Where did you see this for the first time?
Not in theaters. I don't remember where exactly.
Okay.
I just know when it came out, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know who Schindler was. All I knew is it's a black and white movie with a red coat.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I knew.
Okay.
And I want to say I watched it probably with my ex, or maybe even just when I was with her, but like by myself. And I very clearly remember finishing that movie in tears and speechless.
I watched this in middle school.
Holy crap.
They showed it to us in school back, and I'm going to say this, and I don't give a shit, back when we weren't afraid of history. Back when we could show what history was.
Yeah.
When school said, hey, this shit happened.
Wow.
And we're going to show it to you. We had to get a permission slip from our parents.
Dude, I remember we watched Roots at one point. Like,
we watched Roots.
Talk about dark.
Yeah, and we watched... there was a couple movies. Back when we weren't banning books and banning movies, we were able to experience things.
I forget what it was called now, but it was all about the Underground Railroad. And I mean, there was some
Harriet Tubman stuff, yeah.
There were some violent scenes. And I remember we had to get permission slips, and there was some kids.
Was it Glory? Maybe? The Civil War?
It was about a house that like they thought it was haunted, and it turned out it was part of the Underground Railroad. Like, it was in that time.
Okay.
And it's because the people who moved in, I guess they didn't actually... Not everybody in the family knew that there were people traveling through, and like,
I'll have to look into this.
I can't remember I could be totally wrong on the synopsis, but I just remember like there was a moment where it was insanely dark, and like you knew that there was like a passage behind the mirror, and this kid's getting close to the mirror, and you think something's going to happen. And I remember very clearly, my 4th grade teacher, Mr. Weston, drops a fucking stack of encyclopedias on the floor on purpose and scares the ever-living piss out of everybody in the room, because it was like a very tense...
So you saw that in 4th grade?
Oh, yeah.
That's probably around the same time that we saw Schindler's List. Wow. I'll have to look... I mean, what year did you say this came out in?
Well, I'm going to doubt... Oh, it was 93. Okay, yeah, I thought it was later, but yeah.
So I was 10 when this movie came out.
And there was something...
So whatever grade you're on, and so by the time of VHS, so when I'm probably 11 is when they probably showed it in school.
So I saw Schindler's List in my 20s.
Well, because they showed this on Schindler's List on TV, unedited.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I first saw it in my 20s. So by the time I watched it, I was blown away. I think I watched it shortly after The Dark Knight, because I'm like, oh, Liam Neeson, I want to see everything he's been in. Shouldn't have done that. But this movie, it starts with a totally selfish, self-serving man. And you see by the end of it, he turns into a guy who's willing to literally risk everything in his life, including his life, for people that he really doesn't even know. And it was just...
To do the right thing.
Just to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a few more points, but what about you? Like, what was your first... You saw it as
I saw it in middle school.
We
had to get the, like I said, the permission
mind-blowing
slip.
to me.
And my mom just signed off on it. I don't think she even knew what it was. I don't think she would have stopped me.
This is one of those movies that, like, it hits you.
Yeah, when you're sitting there, like I said, I was probably around 11, because by the time it hit VHS, I know that they come out and it made this big stink and it was in the news. And I know that later on that year, some point they showed it on like ABC or NBC, whatever it was, unedited. And then shortly after that, we watched it in school.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there in my little chair, back when we had the big desks, and I'm like, holy shit. First off, there's nudity. Secondly, there's people as like pretty much skeletons in here, and the girl with the red coat. And I'm not sure I absorbed what it was at 11. I just knew it was sad. Seeing the mounds of bodies. My mom had not not long before this, a couple years before, she dated a Jewish guy called Anson for years, who taught my mom about D&D, and that's how I learned about D&D.
Oh, wow.
Little figurines and stuff. There was time they were possibly going to get married, and I could have been a Jewish kid. So, I mean, I could have been there. I'm not trying to place myself in any of that. I'm just saying that there was a path where...
You could have easily been converted at a young age, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, look at Spielberg's, Kate Catshaw, Mary Spielberg, helps him get back to Judaism, and she converts. I mean, it happens all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But this movie is just, it's so raw and it's visceral and it's in your face. It pulls no fucking punches. It shows you this is what happened in history. It's not exaggerated or sensationalized. There's no jokes being thrown around here. It's simple. It's in black and white. Spielberg himself said, I took all those crazy tricks that I had, all those camera angles, and I threw them out the fucking door. Yep. And I said, we're just going to shoot this away. Just simple. Here it is. This is about the story and about the people. Man, we can't, that type of history you can't ignore.
No.
It existed, and we need to learn from it. It's that simple. And this movie is a testament. And it's a reminder. It's a marker to say this is what happened in history. It's not. I mean, we could go on and on and on. It's just a powerful movie. Now, like I said earlier, this list is a top 10 movies I enjoy. A caveat there: I do not enjoy this movie in the sense of enjoyment, where I'm like, man, let's put on Schindler's List. That's a good background movie. Hell no.
Yeah.
But I cannot ignore a movie this powerful.
Well, there's your favorite top 10, but then there's also the movies that just impact you in a way that you don't have a choice. They have to be there.
This is one of the best movies ever made.
Absolutely.
Like, period.
And now that you're talking, I'm here thinking, I vaguely remember in high school or middle school, we had the choice that we could watch The Diary of Anne Frank or we could watch Schindler's List, and the teacher chose Diary of Anne Frank.
We did watch that one in school too. That one's a little bit easier to watch. It's still a horrible movie.
Oh yeah.
But maybe a little easier watch.
But seeing this later in life, I feel like I was...
You imagine watching Schindler's List at like 11 years old?
I feel like trauma.
Yeah, and like that, and I remember around the same time, because I lived in a trailer out in the middle of the woods at that time. They had shown on TV Glory, the Civil War movie about some blacks in their platoon regiment in the Civil War, and I remember watching that on TV, just bawling my eyes out at the horror nature of how these people were treated. And I was like, oh my god! Yeah. Like, I already had Schindler's List somewhere stewing around my brain. It was either right before or right after, whichever one I watched first. But I had both of these juggling in my head, and it was like, as a young kid, and I think. You need to sometimes have, I'm going to get off my soapbox in 2 seconds. And I think sometimes you need that type of trauma to help mold you to be a good person. And hopefully I am a good person, because you need to see the horrors in the world to know to not repeat those horrors. But this movie's powerful. It's amazing in the sense of not enjoyment, but it's just a standard. Like this movie, I think everybody should see this movie.
Oh yeah.
I don't care where you live in the world. Everybody should watch this movie.
And we didn't even touch on the red coat.
No, this poor girl.
Dude, that red coat, like when he's looking down on the street and you see the little girl in the red coat, like the people are just ignoring her.
It's her on the cart that gets you.
But the thing is, you don't think twice about it. And then not like 20 minutes later, he sees the red coat, the little girl dead, being carted off to the masquerade. Like, and it
didn't matter who you were.
Dude, it punches you right in the gut. Like, it makes you realize that like a single, I just lost my train of thought. Sorry. It makes you realize that, like, yeah, okay, I got it now. The single addition of something that simple can completely scream volumes about how we overlook other people's suffering until it's too late. And then we look back and think... Or
until it affects you somehow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I have to ask, what did you think of the ending where it cut to the... real
powerful.
These are the actual survivors. These are the people who are left visiting the grave.
It's a celebration of the survivors. It's a celebration of their tenacity and the legacy that is there.
And he took the time to name every single survivor.
Yeah, and that's amazing. What? Somebody could have just put on a screen, here's their names.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the survivors to bring them in there.
In the documentary, he paid, or the studio paid, to have every one of them flown to
and have actors walking with them is just, it's powerful stuff.
Oh, man. I got chills.
Yeah.
I honestly do. I wrote down here, one of the things that most people remember is the final line, whoever saves one life saves the world entire. Yes, that is a powerful line. But do you know what? When I think of this movie, the one thing I cannot forget is the scene towards the end when he's walking through all the survivors, the people he saved, and all he keeps saying is, I could have saved one more. Like, I'm tearing up right now. Like, it's just the absolute...
I brought a box of tissues because, man, for one, I have a cold, and two, I know... Dude, when I was watching the documentary today, and it brought up the Schindler, because it's been a while since I watched it. I didn't rewatch it for this. I purposely didn't rewatch it. I was I already have the emotions in my heart that are never going to go away. I didn't need to rewatch it, but I was, just the documentary, I was like... I'm at work and I'm like, oh, God, hopefully he's going to walk out here and why are you bawling your eyes out? You know what I mean?
You want to talk about like an actor's greatest work? I, to this day, think this is probably one of Liam Neeson's just absolute best pieces.
Oh,
you could tell he truly put
this isn't the Snowman Plowman movie. Okay. This isn't Taken or The Gray.
And, Ralph Fiennes was in this. I had no idea until I was watching the documentary.
Good old Voldemort, pre-menu.
Man. But this is one of those movies that you watch it one time and I feel like it's just burnt into your mind. You do not forget.
As it should be.
Yes.
As it should be.
This was a testament to anybody who says the Holocaust didn't happen can unfollow right now and go fuck themselves.
Agreed. I don't need you.
Yeah, this is one of those things that should never be forgotten, no matter how horrible it is.
My family came from Hungary. I mean, we weren't too far off, so... down the street, buddy. Let's go. We've done some Schindler's List. We both talked our number 6. How about a number 5? I know mine's a lighter number 5. What is your number 5? I'm gonna take us off the road. We got to get off this one, or we're gonna be talking for 2 more hours about this. We're already gonna be a long episode here.
Yes, we are. My number 5 is 1975. Can you guess what it is?
Well, it's not Duel from 1974 or 1971, so...
It is the movie that legitimately terrified me to go into the water as a kid, because I was...
Jaws at number 5.
I was young when I watched it.
Number 5, okay.
But I also remember falling in love with
it's top
it.
5, so...
Because when he shoots the air tank at the end and you just see this massive red explosion of shark, I vaguely remember cheering as a kid. Like, this movie was just... mind-blowing to me that they could tame a shark to act in a movie. I wish I was kidding, but I didn't know how. Yeah, you're wearing the shirt. I didn't know how they did it. Thank you, Emily,
for getting this for me a couple years back. We were going to go to the beach and she got this for me.
Oh, of course. But this is one of the earliest movies I remember, and I said this before, like Predator, where I remember you don't even see the villain or you don't see the enemy, or in this case, the monster, until...
Bruce.
Bruce. Until what? Easily halfway into the movie.
Yeah, you see pieces, like fin here.
Or you'll see the face come out at one point and then go back under. But you don't see like just how massive they're making this beast out to be. Like, yeah, okay, it was a great white, but they made it out to be like a very big great white. The later movies, they made it bigger and bigger and bigger. But
we're not going to talk about the other ones.
Jaws 47, yeah.
Jaws 3D.
Did you ever see the shirt that has the classic logo? I just leaned back really far, but the shark mouth and like the girl swimming, but it says paws and it's a cat coming.
I almost got that for Emily for the holidays.
That's awesome.
For the cats, yeah.
Yeah, to go with all of what I just said, the acting was just top notch in this. Like I thought every part was just 100% the perfect casting. And the dynamic,
Schneider, man.
The dynamic that they wrote between Brody, Hooper, and Quint. I had to write the names down. I couldn't remember Quint for some reason. I remember Brody and Hooper. The dynamic between them, you could absolutely believe that they really were a sheriff. They were a boatsman. They were whatever the other guy was. I can't remember.
Scientist.
Thank you. Like everything just worked. It was, can I say, damn near perfect? Like, and then right here, this is what we already said. The score by John Williams is arguably one of the most effective horror themes ever written. It is, you can't play that dun dun without immediately people knowing what it is.
It might be one of the most recognizable themes of all time of any movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Outside of Jar Jar Binks' theme song. So.
Misa don't think you're right.
What about you? What is your number 5?
Number 5, we're going to go with E.T.
Oh, okay.
E.T. the Extraterrestrial, but we all just call it E.T. I picked it at number 5 because of wonderment. Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Both fill my being every single time I've seen this. And I've probably seen this movie, 20, 30 times, as a little kid. And I mean, what little kid doesn't want to befriend an alien and be thrust into a world of adventure? No movie like E.T. before, and none, I think, since has successfully followed in the footsteps like this sci-fi adventure did. It had, to my understanding, a unique presence bolstered by heart and fun. The cast is great. I mean, you can ask Drew Barrymore, Peter Coyote, Dee Wallace, Henry Thomas. They're all doing some things today. Well, I don't know if Dee Wallace is. She might have passed. But I know the other ones are. But I mean, Dee Wallace, like, that was the mom of the 80s. Yeah. Like, she was the go-to mom. Everybody wanted Dee Wallace as their mom. Period. She was a great actress.
The mom in Stranger Things kind of reminds me of her.
She's probably modeled after Dee Wallace. Give her some blonde hair.
Yeah.
As for E.T. himself, no alien in 40 plus years, is as popular. Elf, Yoda, Grogu doesn't count.
Elf?
Yeah, see, right there. Elf from the 80s. From Melmac Eats Cats.
Oh, Elf. Oh, Elf. I thought you said Elf. I'm like, Will Ferrell?
No. Elf.
Okay.
Like Elfie,
Oh, man, you're right.
And I think kids today can still watch this movie and have fun. If they open their mind and go, oh my God, it's not digital or whatever, if they aren't pretentious little wieners.
I'm glad that they threw the Easter egg in of the ET species being in Star Wars. But it's just an Easter egg. Come on, people. Like, everyone tries to link them.
It's canon. He's in the whole movie. Like, it's there. He's canon. That species exists. Willow does not, but he does exist. Or his race or her race. I don't know if we never learn if it's a male or female, but...
Who, E.T.?
Yeah, is E.T. a guy? For sure. I mean, they always talk about it like it's a guy.
Call him, but I don't know.
So, watching this as a kid, when E.T. dies...
Dude.
I was beside myself as a kid watching this.
Like the tubes and the sterile rooms.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
I was Henry Thomas. I was that kid. I don't remember I don't remember what the kid's name in the movie is.
Elliot.
Was it Elliot? Yeah, Elliot. Yeah. I don't know why I'm thinking Andy. I was thinking Toy Story for a minute.
And Reese's got
I love Reese's Pieces. That might be the reason why. But today I still love Reese's Pieces. I love that candy. Wow. Like, it launched careers. This movie it was another good balanced movie of heart, the whole family thing. And I didn't realize till after a couple watches later on, I thought like the dad had died. I was like, no, this dad left him.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Mexico? He's down with his fucking woman down in Mexico, being a little bastard, left his family or whatever. You know what I mean?
The mom even says at one point, if I remember correctly, like, call your dad, because she didn't believe him about
Well,
E.T.
kids don't remember all the line. When you're a little kid, you don't remember. As we were now watching a movie, you're like, well, remember about 15 minutes in, they say this. At 8 years old, I probably could have said that to you. You know what I mean?
You mean like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, how things hit differently as an adult?
Correct. Yeah, I think even though it's a kid's movie, as you mature, this movie hits you more on a deeper level as far as understanding what family is and having families of your own. But then, again, as you kind of touched on with Third Encounters, this movie takes a little bit different. Like, what do we do if aliens do come? And this is kind of, the government would want to, if it could trap one and experiment on it. Are they already trapped and experimenting in Area 51 or 49 or wherever area they've designated? Who knows? It's not all Star Trek. It's not all like, yay. I do curious, though, in Star Trek, when First Contact happens, like, did the Vulcans like check our atmosphere to make sure they weren't going to catch any germs as soon as they walked out of the shuttle? I don't know, but like, did ET's people check? Like, hey man, is there any measles floating through the air or something?
I would hope,
because if you look back in the history, like when Columbus and everybody showed up to the New World and all the conquistadors, and like, let's just have famine.
If you go by that,
not famine, but just have disease.
If you go by that mentality, you got to go by they were bringing us disease.
Yeah, like, well, what were we going to get? We're going to get a third arm or something? I think it's just a fun-loving family movie. And it's just, found it, again, there's some heavy themes in it, but on the surface, it's just a good, enjoyable movie. And it's an actual enjoyable movie. If it was on today, I would watch it. As an adult, a 42-year-old man, I would watch E.T. and have a good time.
Well, and there's a reason, what's the company, Amberlin or whatever, that their logo is still bicycle with E.T. going across the moon.
Yeah.
Like,
I never knew what Amblin was until I watched a documentary and know that he did a short film, Amblin.
A short 30-minute film that got him like a 7-movie contract or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The TV deal.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So what is your number 4?
All right. Well, first I'll tell you, E.T. didn't make my list. As much as...
Well, you can't all be me.
As much as I love that movie, I was more of a Flight of the Navigator kid.
Hey, man, there ain't nothing wrong with Flight of the... I love Daryl and Flight of the Navigator. Those two kids' movies. Yeah, I love Daryl so much. Flight of the Navigator's fun as shit, too.
I always wanted that little alien he kept in his pocket.
Oh, the little tiny...
Yeah.
Yeah, the little...
And then like he goes through time. Oh, my word. Such a great movie. Anyway.
Yeah, but this is not...
Yes.
And that was a failed Disney movie.
Was it Disney?
Yeah, it flopped.
See, I thought that was a phenomenal movie.
I loved it as a kid, but it flopped in the box office.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
All right. My number 4, we're going to jump back to Indiana Jones.
Dun, 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 dun,
1981,
dun, dun.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. The first of the Indiana Jones movies. There it is. I'm sorry, I lost my place. First off, I thought it was just absolutely fantastic. Watching that documentary, they even said this was supposed to be just a fun movie that they considered would probably just be a B-lister. No big deal.
Yeah, they didn't take it that seriously.
No, and we got Harrison Ford, who met George Lucas on Star Wars. It just exploded. Like, almost immediately, it just exploded. And it is one of those movies that, to me, did I say 1981? It redefined our modern action, like, adventure style movie. And it went from, like, this big action hero to essentially just average Joe.
I don't know. Harrison Ford was pretty fucking ripped in that movie.
Well, okay, yeah.
Like, I don't know if anybody saw half his shirt off, but that dude's got abs, bro.
Well, there's a reason the chick had "Love You" on her eyes.
What Lies Beneath? When he's like, probably in his 50s, he still has abs in that movie. I just watched it with Michelle Pfeiffer, who in that movie was still looking pretty good. But
not average Joe.
Okay.
All right. But
Harrison Ford is not an average dude.
But I mean, it took the idea of like, you don't have to be some like crazy awesome superhero.
Yeah.
You can be like an everyday dude who just has a passion. And in this case, it was a professor archaeologist who got a lot of funding from the college.
Was it Harvard? Yale?
I think it was Harvard. Yeah,
Columbia.
Yeah, every scene in this movie being the first in the whole series. I mean, it's your defining movie. It's going to set up the rest of the franchise if there's going to be a franchise. Every scene in it, I felt was just perfectly put. Like, nothing felt like filler. Nothing was a waste of space or exposition. Everything had a purpose. And even the slower scenes, like where he's talking to the government agents and they're doing the chalkboard and explaining the staff, and all that exposition had a perfectly feasible reason to be there.
Is this the one where everybody said they would make the movie, but not with Steven Spielberg as a director because he was known for going over?
Yes.
And he had to promise George Lucas in the studio he would do it for $20 million, and he would not. So he had to shake George Lucas's hand and say, listen, I'm not going to go over on this one.
Yeah.
So that's probably why nothing is wasted in this movie.
And it shows. Like, everything is so clean. I adore it. Like, it is one of the greatest movies. Actually, just the other night, we were looking for something to watch. We decided every now and then, my wife and I will just play a board game. Just the two of us. Like,
so you can watch the new one.
Well, so I said, let's watch Indiana Jones. And she said, let's start at the beginning.
You're never going to finish it, dude. Even for the podcast next time, you're not going to finish it.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch the new one. She didn't have a choice. But it takes, like, at the time anyways, classic storytelling styles, but it gives it that modern twist. And I say for the time, because in the 80s, like, they didn't have Well, I mean, in the 80s, they had the ability to do like the map, like drawing the line and stuff. And you didn't really have stuff like that as much in the earlier. Well, when's this based? The 20s? 30s, I think?
30s. 20s, 30s?
Well, it'd have to be probably 30s because of the Nazis and everything. Yeah. Well, it's beautifully done. Like,
40s.
And it gave us some of the most iconic scenes that we still see replicated even today. The boulder, the car chase, the airplane propeller. That poor dude. That had to hurt. But I mean, stuff like that. I mean, the face melting is not this movie.
No. That was the one before it.
Yeah, I wrote face melting. That's not this movie. But the point is, yes, it is. Raiders of the Lost Ark. It is this movie.
Is it? Are you sure?
At the end, when they...
I know, I'm messing with you. Jesus, you should know this. This is your...
Yeah.
We're going to do a podcast on Indiana Jones. Come on now.
Then you looked at me like I was an idiot. Jeez. Phenomenal movie. It deserves my number 4. What is your number 4, asshole?
My number 4 is Jaws.
Okay.
Right. So why did I put this at number 4 higher than you? Well, I didn't write down why I did it higher than you. I'll just tell you why it's there. Because still to this day, it's 2025, and still to this day, not a single movie involving water or sharks can touch Jaws.
Come on.
From the first deadly night swim...
What about Waterworld? ...to
the explosive ending, this movie hits the mark every single time.
I see what you did there. Explosive ending.
Right? I rewrote that a few times. Even for the umpteenth watch, this film still grabs you, pulls you under, and takes a bite out of you. There, I did it again. This movie has some of the most memorable performances of any film out there. Quint's monologue about the Indiana is just bone chilling. The whole, them doing the singing and song, the almost kind of Spock, McCoy, Kirk that they got going on in there between those three is just great. There's not much more to say than what you said, but listen, other movies like The Black Demon, Orca, The Meg, The Shallows, Deep Blue Sea, just name a few. Bruce from this movie devours them all. A mechanical shark that they had so much trouble making work beats all these CGI shark movies. Sharks Under Paris. All these movies are kind of okay, but none of them touch Jaws. None of the sequels. Part 2's okay, but none of these sequels touch Jaws, man. This movie today, I don't like dark water. I know our friends are trying to get us on a cruise, and I'm going to go. I'll face my fears. But today, if when we go to the beach and if you hear from a distance like that buoy dinging, it just makes me feel a certain way. Mm-hmm. We'll go to the beach in Ocean City and I'll go get in the water at night. You know what I mean? I'm not like swimming, it's dark and the ocean can rip you under, and I'm not stupid, but man, sometimes it's growing up in Michigan on a lake. I feel like there's more dinghies and there's more buoys that you hear clanging like you do in this movie than what you do actually at the ocean, like Ocean City, New Jersey, or in Maryland. But still, that dinging, that's just a terrifying sound to me because it's so empty and you don't know what's out there. And shit that's underneath dark water. When I saw that as a kid for the first time and that head pops out, whew, it's crazy.
When he's leaning down next to the water?
When Dreyfus goes down there, Rupert, to see what's going on. Hooper, I'm sorry, not Rupert, Hooper goes down there and boom, and he's like, you know what I mean? It's just, crazy. You go in the water, cages in the water, sharks is in the water, yada, 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 however that goes. It's just, it's such a great movie. And the deleted scenes, I don't know if you've seen some of those, are good. Even the scenes that's in the movie where he's taking the chalkboard. It's just wild. That movie from beginning to end is just crazy. Watch a documentary about that movie being made. I'd highly recommend that.
I know they had an insane amount of issues with the animatronics.
Yeah.
And the documentary even said that's one reason they had to figure out how to continue the movie and continue filming without seeing it.
And it works.
And that's when they got the buoys to drag across the water. Well, and I think if you'd have seen the shark more often, I don't think it'd have been quite as successful. No,
I don't think so. But there's an actual, I do believe, Jaws documentary out there that I watched a couple years ago.
Okay.
It's really good about the making of it.
I'm going to have to find that.
Yeah. Let's move along to your number 3.
All right. My number 3 came out in 2018. It is one of the most fun movies I've seen in a long time.
And this is one that is not on my list, and I completely disagree with you on that it's in your top 10. But you go, Ted, and tell me why this is in your top 10.
Ready Player One. And that is because I read the book, actually both, but I thought it was a fantastic visual portrayal of the book. And the book itself is absolutely amazing. Like, just mind-blowingly amazing.
Does it have Godzilla and everything else in that one too, or King Kong and stuff? All those references?
Oh yeah, it's packed full of 80s and 90s pop culture references. But they changed like a ton of the different, I guess you'd call it, like trials and stuff they do to try and get the keys. They changed almost all of them for the movie because the way it's done in the book is easy to visualize in your head, but it'd be almost boring to put on the screen.
Okay.
But it works because in the beginning of the book, it flat out says, like, you know, there's been many accounts of the events that happened here. This is my account. It's the main character talking. So right there, your favorite line. It's a different universe, or in this case, a different point of view. So the differences in the movie, they work.
Well, this is technically a different universe because the book universe is one and the movie universe is another. So it is actually two different universes.
No. So the visual effects that are done in this movie are just, I think it's absolutely fantastic. Like, they did such a good job at meshing real world and CGI without, I won't say without being like overly cheesy about it.
I kind of disagree, but
see, it's meant to be a virtual world. You're supposed to be in a CGI world. And I feel like they did that really well with the, like, certain aspects are high quality, certain aspects are kind of crappy quality. They kept to what it was supposed to be based on the decade it came out, essentially. I all around loved it. And did you see the movie?
I've seen it twice now.
Okay. So
I rewatched it because I didn't care for it the first time. And I rewatched it again
to give it a shot.
Yeah, it's not that I don't like it. It's just I don't hold it in the esteem as I do a lot of the other movies. It's in the lower tier for me.
When you finish Wheel of Time and then you finish all the Dresdens, you should read it. But like the scene that takes place in The Shining, the visual effects that they did there, it was beautiful. Like, it was so well done. It was a great, in my opinion, what they call homage to the original. And even, like, there's it's the Oasis, the virtual reality world that they're stuck in. Or not stuck in, but they go into. Like, it's supposed to be mind-blowing, but then the movie also, and the book, has the second layer of, like, the real-world aspect. It's the message of you shouldn't be afraid to live in the now.
So do you agree that the performances are top notch in this? Like the actual acting portrayals?
Some of the people. Some of them were just, they didn't need to be there, or they could have been recast. But
because you put this above Raiders of the Lost Ark. So I'm just saying.
Well, I never read a book on Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay.
I think it's just beautiful. I think it's incredibly well done. I think that everything about it, I mean, yeah, some of the acting could, have a little tweaking here and there, but the overall message to it is just amazing. And I also found it phenomenal that Spielberg did this movie, which is very heavily influenced by his other movies, but he was able to balance it where he didn't make himself the main point. He could have easily made himself the main character, so to speak. But instead, he kept everything very cleanly balanced, and I think he did a great tribute to everybody that was mentioned in it. Maybe it ranks so high for me because it's more of a nostalgia thing.
Do you think it's because you like the book a lot?
I do.
Opposed to...
I think it's because I loved the book. I thought it was just one of the most fun books I've ever read.
Okay. I mean, I'm not saying... Okay, I am saying you're wrong.
Me.
But...
I'm right, you're wrong, so moving on. What about you, number 3?
Number 3, Raiders of the Lost Ark. What more can we say? We can say a lot more when we do the podcast on it. I'll just say that Jaws might have put Steven on the map, but this one shot him to the moon. To me, this one just upped the ante so much more. You get Harrison Ford off of Han Solo. Personally, I like Indiana Jones better than Han Solo. I do. I think this is Harrison Ford. Like Harrison Ford, how many? If you go to 100 people say Harrison Ford, they're either going to say Han Solo or Indiana Jones. But I think more people would say Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I mean, they might say a recent movie like Red Hulk, only just because it's a very recent thing. But like my mom was in love with Harrison Ford growing up. That's who she wanted in her life was Harrison Ford.
If you ask my dad, he'll tell you American Graffiti.
Oh, the car movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other one, George Lucas. Did he do that one? Or
I don't know.
Ron Howard? I don't know. It was one of those people. They're all connected to each other. I was Dr. Jones for Halloween. I mean, I love these movies, the Indiana Jones movies. I put Raiders at 3 because I think it's one of the best all around movies that Spielberg did. You already said a lot about it. To me, there's no Raiders, there's no National Treasure, there's no Lara Croft, there's no Nathan Drake. There's not all these sleuthy adventure movies that we got around today.
That new Fountain of Youth that just came out with John Krasinski and Natalie Portman.
Yeah, apparently I'm watching it on my own because Emily has no interest. I've said it 3 times. She's like, meh. So, I mean, Jewel of the Nile tried to rip it off. Like a couple of years later, and that even got 2 movies. But this has created a franchise. We have we just got an Indiana Jones game, I do believe, not that long ago. And we just, not that long ago, because we're going to do the podcast, we got, because it's such a big franchise, we got another Indiana. They're still making Indiana Jones movies and TV shows. Like, it's still a viable thing. There's still talks about another Indiana Jones coming out or doing some sort of a spinoff. Like, it's still, and it's a zeitgeist thing. And I don't use that term very often, but when you talk about cinema, when you talk about American cinema, Indiana Jones is there. And the reason it's there is because of Raiders of the Lost Ark. And that might be the second or third biggest John Williams score. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
It's, I'll say a lot more in the podcast when we do that specific episode, but that's my number 3.
I'm going to have to look. I think it was back when Crystal Skull came out. Walmart did a special edition Monopoly for Indiana Jones, but the box was a wooden box that slid open.
Oh, right on.
I still have it sealed.
Cool.
It should be in my attic, so hopefully it's not warped or anything, but I should find that. We'll put it.
Should find it and bring it for the.
Yeah, that would be a cool centerpiece.
What's your number 2? As we're coming down the pipe here.
Well,
something almost made number 1 and didn't. So which one was it? What was the runner-up?
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Okay.
1989.
I'll tell you why I disagree. No,
There's nothing you can say. This movie, it just topped the charts for me. Like when I first saw it, this is easily the Indiana Jones that I've seen the most times. Like, easily.
It's probably the one I've seen the most times.
I mean, the chemistry between Harrison Ford and Sean Connery is just unmatched. You could watch this and absolutely believe that they really might be father and son. Like, the arguing, the bickering, it's just something about it. They pulled it off perfectly. And I also think that was just part of the era. Like, almost all of these movies, either Spielberg's just really good at picking his people, which he is, but I feel like there's more emotion in movies back then too, because they didn't rely so much on CGI. It was the acting, and putting these two together was two just A+ actors.
I think there's emotions in movies today. I just don't think it's in the big giant blockbuster movies that we're seeing. Okay. I think it's in the lowest. I think some straight to streaming movies have got some stuff, but that's a whole nother argument.
Yeah.
I think the ones are just thrown together. Like, I'm looking at you, the last Jurassic Park movie, not the one that's coming out, but like the last one, like, Dominion. Oh my.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the actual good movie here, Crusade.
Yeah. It balances action, comedy, the supernatural, like everything is balanced so clean, so well. And everything is lined with humor at some point, either humor,
but not over the top,
over humor or emotion. One or the other is in everything, or in some cases with Sean Connery, anger, but usually that's also laced with humor. It's that fatherly son bickering, and it has the most memorable scenes of any of the Indiana Jones, I think. Like the tank scene, the boat chase, the melting faces. I'm just kidding.
Flashbacks.
Yeah. The leap of faith scene I always thought was just
The Penitent Man.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess the one guy, he kind of has a face melting, but it's more like aging and peeling. But I mean,
Did he not choose wisely?
he didn't. No.
No.
And like you just said, the flashback, the beginning, starting out with Indiana Jones's childhood, like it gives you so much more depth into who he is and why he's doing what he's doing. And then bringing Sean Connery in as the dad, you realize, oh, he's literally doing all of this just to impress Daddy. That's it. Like, he just wants his dad's attention. And it's just this, again, more daddy issues. But the movie is just, I can't say anything bad about it. Like, I really can't.
No?
What's your number 2? There's nothing more I can say.
Well, it's. I know what's going on here at the very end of this episode was you get to talk about my number 1 first, and I get to talk about your number 1 first.
I figured.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about. I mean, I could be wrong. You could say the BFG is your number 1. I don't know.
AI.
We're going to talk about AI. I like AI. I do. It's just not top 10 for me. It's like top 15 for me. But Jurassic Park.
Yes.
If this movie had used claymation as initially intended and not the revolutionary CGI that it ended up with, we would have been talking about Steven Spielberg a whole different way today.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless of scientific accuracy, this movie made us believe that dinosaurs could walk the earth again. For every kid or adult that loved dinosaurs, this movie was gold. I'll say it again. This is an amazing stacked cast with performances and action-filled scenes created pure magic. This could have easily been Carnosaur that came out a month before. The really, really bad, like I think there's like 3 to 5 Carnosaur movies. My buddy likes those movies. They are some really horror movies.
It was like
They're
early
so bad.
Sharknado.
No, I'd watch Carnosaur before Sharknado, but it's just like this weird, horrible animatronic shot and weird things to make it feel like it's there. It's, oh, I mean, they're horrible. And I was like, man, I think Carnosaur ripped off Jurassic Park, but no, it came out a month before Jurassic Park. Yeah. I'm not, and I even wrote here, I won't say much more because I know Josh will have a lot more to add. Every single actor does what they need to do in this movie.
Yeah.
This movie has a legacy that is spawning more and more and more. We're getting a new Jurassic Park this year. ScarJo has joined. It's supposed to be the first of another trilogy of movies. Jurassic Park is not going anywhere. This movie changed how movies are made today, period. And I know we've said that over and over with Steven Spielberg and his innovativeness. I don't know if we can 100% say it's just because of Steven for Jurassic Park. Another guy got the dinosaurs to work. Steven Spielberg said, I need dinosaurs to run. And this guy made it work. If that guy had not figured it out, I don't know, maybe somebody else would have eventually, but the fact is he was on Spielberg's team and Spielberg's the name on the picture, so we're going to give him credit for it. But no Jurassic Park, we wouldn't be getting the CGI love fest that we're getting today. Or hate fest, depending on the movie. I don't know. I'm looking at you, Ironheart. There's some weird Wakanda things going on there.
Yeah.
I wanted to like that movie, man. That CGI. We already went at length about the whole slave drive and get your work done thing, but Jurassic Park set the bar for certain things. And man, it's just a damn fun movie. It's so rewatchable. You know what happens with the Velociraptors. You know what happens to the T-Rex at the end. You know who lives. You know who dies. And still you can watch it over and over and over. Jeff Goldblum, top of his game. Sam Neill, top of his game. Like, it's amazing. But I'm going to digress and let you talk about your number 1 a little bit more. Tell me why number 1 is 1941.
Look, real quick, what came first, Jurassic Park or Event Horizon?
I'm going to say Jurassic Park thing. Okay. Horizon was 97 or 98.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Because, I just watched that within the past year.
Yeah.
And seeing Sam Neill as Sam
Neill's been in a shit ton of horror movies, dude.
Yeah, I did not know he's a horror guy like that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
He played Damien Thorne, like Satan's son, dude. He's Been all over the place.
All right, so my number one is Jurassic Park, 1993, the greatest movie ever made. What can I say? You already said it. It revolutionized everything about special effects as we know it today. It was just phenomenal. And the best part is that I just rewatched it today. At the end of the day, just because, you know what?
I'm not going to watch a new Steven Spielberg movie. I'm going to watch Jurassic Park again.
I knew we were going to be talking about it. I knew it was my number one. I figured I better do my research. I don't know it well enough. And it holds up. Like, the dinosaurs, they hold up even today.
Mostly, but...
Like 99.99%, man. Like
92%.
No. Talking the Gallimimus.
No, I'm talking at the very end with the T-Rex, with the banner flying down
through his tail.
Yeah.
Come on.
Now listen, I don't downgrade movies. I don't take points away because of when they're made. I'm like, oh, it doesn't look good today. I don't do that bullshit. If that was the case, movies from 2 years ago would lose points. Okay.
Oh yeah.
But for the time, amazing. And I still, and listen, I used to watch TVs, and I'm sure you did too, where the screen was fuzzy and you had to tune shit. So
we're not talking about those movies.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean like VHSs and stuff that didn't,
fix the tracking.
Yeah.
But
it was recorded 3 times.
What still blows me away about that movie though is the very first time you see the T-Rex and he leans down and the flashlight to his eye and you just see the pupil constrict. It's like they put so much into just the eye at that point. Like, because that's not CGI. That is a real animatronic dinosaur.
This is a masterclass in CGI practical effects.
This is
marriage.
The ultimate of merging the two. Like, nothing did it better, in my opinion.
It'd be hard to find one that does it better.
Yeah, it's like, and to this day, the T-Rex breakout scene, it is still, in my opinion, probably one of the greatest scenes of cinematic history.
When it's flipping the SUVs over, or the little Ford Explorers or something, just flipping them over.
Now,
and
I don't fully understand why his tiny little arm was on it, like checking to see if it's powered, and then you see the claw like come off of the cable.
Because it's not dumb.
Well, yeah, but when he breaks out and he just walks out, and then like everything, that whole scene of, the flashlight pisses him off, then he attacks the car, then the flare, like everything about it.
Them coming down the tree in the car.
To this day, one of my favorite lines though is, well, we're in the car again. Just everything about that was like, you can see Spielberg's passion in every shot had to be just perfect.
I like when Sam Neill, Alan Grant, he's trying to put his seatbelts together.
And he ties them together.
He's like, fuck it.
And the running joke is it was 2 female ends of a seatbelt. Life finds a way. Are we allowed to say that now? Female and male ends?
We can say whatever the hell we want because we're realistic goddamn adults. Okay. All right.
2 holes make a. Anyways, and
wormhole?
I'm going to say it. John Williams' score is to me is the number 1 most memorable theme song, even over the Jaws. Done. That's what I call it.
I don't know. It depends on the time of day and where you're at and what you're doing. But
you think so?
Yeah. I mean, if you're going on a hike, obviously Jaws isn't the theme song for you.
Oh, man, I mean, this. Indiana Jones, Jaws, probably the 3 most memorable, maybe not in that order, but I still put Jurassic Park first, the most memorable themes of any movies out there.
I don't know. That's Star Wars one. Dun, 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 dun.
What's Star Wars?
The John Williams. That little George Lucas little indie film.
This is one I could talk about for an hour.
I know
myself.
I know we could, but we're pushing.
One of the very, very few movies I genuinely give a 10 out of 10. It is, to me, it has its flaws, but for what it is, and when it came out, the feelings it gave me when I first saw it when I was younger, like, it is the perfect movie to me, and I will stand by that forever. And when my kids are not pansies and afraid of it, because I started it, they didn't get past the raptor. They couldn't do the beginning. Like, they were so nervous. And yet they watch Camp Cretaceous, which I feel there's parts of that, the animated one that
this franchise, there's cartoon shows out there too. It's when they're ready, I will sit and watch all 47 movies with them. Because there will be by that time.
Or maybe just this one, because this is the greatest. The Lost World, I was like, I should no, I'm not putting that on my list. Good movie, but not.
Did he direct The Lost World?
He did. He did.
He did the first two, not the third one.
Not the third one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't even contention for my top 10. I like it, but it's not top 10.
There was brief talks to have him come in for the fourth, but then the fourth simply never happened.
Yeah, and we got some other shit stuff.
Yeah, Star Wars
things. Yeah.
What about you? What is your number one?
Well, let's go with The Last Crusade. Okay. Of any Spielberg movie, I feel this one is the most rewatchable, in my opinion. Yeah. For me, it is. Okay. It's got perfect casting, perfect dialogue, action, emotion, comedy, the sets, everything mixed together masterfully by one of the best directors of all time. And let's give credit to John Williams, because we didn't give him credit to him enough, and I didn't know if we were going to talk about him much.
Talk to him.
But man, John Williams, who Spielberg said is his longest collaborator, has been John Williams of all the movies he's done, and there's a reason, because he makes the scenes, he makes the movies, and
none of it is that electronic made on the computer. This is full freaking orchestra,
So he took all that we loved about Indiana Jones before and amped it up to epic levels. How do you top Harrison, his macho-ness? How do you top that? And he's getting all these leads. How do you top that? I'll tell you how. You get Sean Connery in the damn movie. James Bond. He gets James Bond. The only other guy at the time that could probably... Another man that my mom wanted to marry. Sean damn Connery.
It's better than Shia LaBeouf.
I didn't mind him in it, but that's okay. But we're not talking about that movie. We're talking about this one. I didn't say it before. Oh, okay. We already talked about the John Williams. You said about a perfect 10 movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I give any movie like a pure out 10 out of 10, maybe some 9.8s, 9.9. But if there is a list of movies that get as close as I possibly can to giving a 10, this would be one of them. Because from the very first frame to the very end of this, when they're riding off on their horses, this is the most perfect movie I can get. You ranked it as your number 2, so I know there's room for argument there. I know you say Jurassic Park's number 1, but every joke hits, every action scene hits. There's not like, well, I love everything about this movie except for this one. No, every damn scene in this movie is amazing. The boat chasing scene, for when they're underneath, and they're trying to get the casket, and the rats, and they're under the water. And we're going to get to so much more of this in the next podcast, but
I can't wait.
The Last Crusade, to me, of all action adventure movies, to me, it took everything that was amazing about the first two and just said, we're going to take everything that was good about them, maybe listen to little criticisms about the first two, and we're just going to mix every good part together, and we're going to make the perfect recipe and just give you the ultimate Indiana Jones movie. And they haven't beat it since. Now, there might be some mixed feelings about the ones that came after, and you might love the ones that came before. But to me, Last Crusade is everything that Steven Spielberg is about when it comes to filmmaking. All the tricks, all the emotions, everything from his childhood. I feel like he wanted to embody Indiana Jones in a way. Like, you can feel that it's just an amazing movie, and we're gonna give so much more love to it later on.
What's your favorite line? It's your favorite movie. You gotta have a favorite line.
Favorite line.
While you think on it real quick, mine is easily in the blimp when he throws the guy out the window and he turns around and everybody's staring.
Ticket.
No ticket.
And of course, Kevin Smith steals that for Dogma.
Yeah.
No ticket.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe it's when he's trying to talk to his dad and he's like, the dog was named Indiana. like that's not, and then you learn, like, that whole scene where you learn that that's not even his name. Henry. And you're like, what? Like, I mean, we just thought it was a nickname just because.
Junior.
I don't know about a favorite line, but my favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes, is when you find out when Indiana Jones is trying to hook up with the blonde, Man, that blonde, I'll say, dude, that blonde.
The Russian?
The chick that takes him to,
okay.
Before the whole boat chasing scene.
Yeah.
I can't remember Venice. Is that where they go? Venice?
Yeah.
And then you find out that Sean Connery has already planted his flag. He's like, oh, that's what I'm saying. How do you out macho Harrison Ford? There's only one dude, right? At that time. Like, it's crazy. And because he looks at his son and makes a joke and he's like, wait a minute, what? Like, you've already, what? No. Damn it. I got my dad's sloppy seconds. Son of a bitch.
I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, there's our top 10. I know we went on a little bit long for this one. We knew we were. We tried to rush through it. Thank you, everybody, for listening through all this. Answer the trivia question. Do you remember what movie Frank Grillo was in?
No, I don't.
He's in Minority Report. He plays one of the pre-cops, the cops that go out. Yeah, and you can even see him on a balcony once or twice. He's standing next to...
So he was like almost extra level.
Yeah, like he doesn't talk, but he is clearly there. He's one of the cops that tries to take Tom Cruise down.
Well, all right. I didn't know that. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
He picks the wrong side a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just thought it was funny because there's Crossbones.
Yeah.
Next to Dum Dum Dugan. And I'm like, oh my God. And Will Ferrell, I mean, not Will Ferrell, but Tom, or the other Ferrell guy, he obviously, Colin Farrell plays Bullseye, and he played the Penguin. It's just like the fact that they've all played. Comic book movies are amazing, and nerding and geeking is so cool because everybody's in everything now. I love it. I absolutely love it.
All right, you ready to roll out of here?
Let's get out of here, man. I got to get to bed soon.
Last thing I'll just say is Spielberg's a legend. Simple as that. And he's not done.
And he needs to cast Adam Sandler somewhere. Let's get him in the next movie. Come on now. Come on, Steven.
We'll hashtag him.
Yeah.
Or whatever, yeah. All right. Well, if you enjoy the podcast, you can always find us and more on our Instagram, our X, our Facebook. Yes, there's a cup. Or if you really like what you're hearing, if you're really liking what you're hearing, you can always jump over.
And sing now.
What?
Sing. They're not just hearing now they're singing.
Oh yeah, and seeing. That's right. There's a camera over there.
Yeah.
If you really like what we're doing, you can always jump over to patreon.com/treeofgeek, and for $5 a month, less than you're going to pay for a cup of coffee in a day anymore, depending where you go.
Well, I don't know, it's like $6 something for coffee now.
Jeez. So for $5 a month, you can join our Patreon where you do get extra episodes. It's Patreon exclusive. You must be a paying member to view the extra episodes. You'll also be able to reach out to us directly. There's the Tree Fort. It's a live chat on there that we will eventually, I assume, get notified on. We haven't had anybody chat with us yet, but hey.
Help me set that up.
And
is that on my phone?
We'll look into it. Okay. And you'll also get a shout out every episode. So from the Tree of Geek, we got to say...
Confined you.
Unconfined you. Thank you so much for being our first ever paid subscriber. John, thank you for being our subscriber. And our newest one, Eric, thank you so much. You want me to go full on? Thank you for believing in us. I just re-listened to an old podcast the other day, and I said that very weirdly. So I had to throw it in there. But seriously, thank you for listening to everything. Okay. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for listening the whole way through if you're hearing your name. We appreciate it. And
absolutely.
Yeah. So come back 2 weeks. We're going to have our Harrison Ford, our Indiana Jones episode.
It's a Harrison Ford love fest.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a two-parter. So
the first 3 movies, and then the last 2 is probably how it's going to go.
Get your fedora, your whip.
Or you might go 2 and then go 3. Might throw a little positivity in the last
one. All right. So from the Tree of Geek, this is Josh. I'm just going to say have a good one and go watch Jurassic Park.
I guess I need to say it's for the Tree of Geek because I don't know who else this would be for. But to all you out there, remember, be kind to the people around you. And that's all I got to say. So we'll catch you later.
See ya. No chuggas?
No chuggas. Give me a chugga. Give me a chugga. A chugga. A chugga. A chugga.